It's Arkansas Traveler Baseball on the CSN Radio Network. The ITT Tech pregame show is brought to you by ITT Technical Institute. We are now online at itt-tech.edu.
Live from Corpus Christi, Texas, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello once again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Whataburger Field right on the Corpus Christi Bay, where today Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Corpus Christi Hooks in Game 2 of a 4-game series. It's a beautiful day in Corpus Christi as the Travs and the Corpus Christi Hooks play the second game of this series. Yesterday, we got the pitcher's duel we were expecting as the Hooks beat the Travs by a 3-1 final score. Irvin Santana and Fernando Nieve matching up in a highly contested battle and came down to a home run in the first inning as Carlos Rodriguez hit a 2-run shot with 2 outs of Santana, and Nieve took care of it from there, struck out a season-high 10 batters in just 7 2/3 innings, while Santana recovered after that home run, struck out a season-high 9 batters in 6 2/3 innings, but the Travs couldn't get that last big hit, though they had a chance in the 8th inning, had runners at second and third with 2 away, and still could not bring home that run. And so the Travs' struggle continues. They've lost 4 consecutive games, all of them on this road trip after winning 5 straight at Ray Winder Field. 3 of those wins came against Corpus Christi, and the Travs will be going up against one of the pitchers that they defeated earlier that last week at Ray Winder. 6'8" right-hander Jason Hirsh takes the mound today for the Hooks. He's had a pretty good start to his season. It's 6'8" and throwing on a downward plane. He's at 4-1 with a 2.33 ERA. Tim Bittner takes the hill for the Travs. He missed the last 7 days after pulling a hamstring in his last outing. Bittner's going to go a couple of innings, and the Travs bullpen will take it from there. Phil Elson with you here on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show this afternoon from Corpus Christi. Back at the studios at CSN Center Control is Josh Harrison. This is CSN and the Arkansas Travelers Radio Network. Glad to have you with us. We'll be sitting down to talk with the Corpus Christi manager Dave Clark after these words on the CSN Travs Radio Network.
As an aircraft avionics technician, I repair just about any electronic component on the airplane.
Jared Lankin earned a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Electronics Engineering Technology in 2003 and an Associate of Applied Science degree in 2002 from the ITT Technical Institute in Birmingham, Alabama.
My bachelor's from ITT Tech is a really well-respected degree. The school has a lot of hands-on teaching, and it's a really nice atmosphere.
At ITT Technical Institute, you can pursue skills that can be used to help you prepare for a new career or create opportunities in your current field. Call 1-800-ITT-TECH. That's 1-800-ITT-TECH, or visit us on the web at www.itt-tech.edu to investigate a campus nearest you. Find a potential new path to your future at ITT Tech.
I want to move higher, get everything I can, let my own plane.
ITT Technical Institute. Education for the future.
Brewery, can I help you?
Hi, I just bought a 6-pack of your beer, and I think there's something missing in it. There's no taste in the beer.
There's no taste?
I was hoping maybe somebody in shipping could send me flavor. Like, I'm not trying. All I want is flavor.
Sure, there's no flavor.
Is there like a flavor distribution center in my neighborhood? I'll pick it up.
No, there's no center.
I'll tell you what. I got some Miller Lights here. That'll do the trick. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a good day.
If you're going to choose on taste, choose the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Come in today for the spicy taste of Sonic's new Cajun chicken sandwich. A tender grilled chicken breast topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, pepper jack cheese, and ranch dressing. Then seasoned with Sonic's savory blackened sauce. It's a little bit of New Orleans flavor served up hot and fast the way only Sonic can do it. But only for a limited time at participating Sonic drive-ins. The new Cajun chicken sandwich. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
It's a beautiful day for baseball here at Corpus Christi's Whataburger Field. Game 2 of the 4-game series with the Travs and the Corpus Christi Hooks. We'll have a chance to chat with the Hooks manager, Dave Clark, who's in his first year as managing the Hooks, but he's also managing the Pittsburgh Pirates organization as well. Dave, yesterday's ball game was one of my favorite kind of games, a pitcher's duel, with two guys who I at least think are going to be in the major leagues at some point. Now, when Santana and Nieve first matched up at Ray Winderfield, the billing didn't quite live up to the pitcher's duel billing that we had thought it might. Yesterday, it did. What do you think was Nieve's ability to get batters out yesterday, whereas back at Ray Winderfield he had struggled a little bit?
Well, he worked ahead quite a bit yesterday, and I was more impressed with him doing that and also taking us deep into the ball game. He moved his fastball in and out, up and down, and he had a lot of swing and misses. And his slider was good yesterday, and it wasn't like that over at you guys' place. He just wasn't able to find his zone and wasn't able to get comfortable there. But yesterday was an outstanding performance by him.
And you certainly have another guy today in Jason Hirsh who's got the big league stuff like Nieve. Nieve might have a little bit more power stuff, but I've always thought that at least at Double-A, maybe some of the differences between prospects at this level, they've got some of the stuff that big league players do, but they're not quite as consistent. Do you find that to be true at the Double-A level, Dave?
Yes, it is. You're gonna always face better hitters as you move up the ladder. With down here, you're gonna still have some guys that can hit, but more free swingers. So guys gonna swing at pitches down here that they won't see, that they won't swing at in the big leagues, and that's what I think that's the biggest difference is from what I've seen. But with Hirsh tonight, you're gonna see a guy who's gonna come after the hitters. He's got that downward plane, being that he's 6'8", and the ball kind of gets up on hitters. And I tell you, that's just intimidating in of a sense, and he's got the presence, man, and he's got the stuff to one day be a good big league pitcher. But we like to see what he can do at this level for a year, and we, as you may know, as well as you know, that guys can go from this level right to the big leagues.
Dave, you're in your first year as the manager of the Hooks, in your first year with the Astros. Now, Tom Gamboa, the Travs manager, is in his first year with the Angels organization, and he said that there is a bit of a learning process with the players and how the organizational philosophy fits into his managing style. How's it been for you coming from the Pirates over to the Astros?
It's been very different. You don't have a whole lot of time in spring training, being that it only lasts 3.5 weeks. You do things a little different, but some of the things are still the same. The game is still played the same, but as far as the fundamentals and where you're supposed to be in certain plays is a little bit different. So I'm getting to know that, learn that as well, just like Tom is doing. But it doesn't take long with good baseball people. It doesn't take very long to get it, and you put this mental picture in your mind, and things just start to fall in place. Someone told me a long time ago, just let the play develop, and then you can just learn from there.
Dave, you've also worked with Tom Gamboa in 1997, and you were playing with the Cubs, and Gamby was coaching at third base for Chicago. I guess this has been somewhat of a reunion, because when he learned you were manager for the Hooks, he said, "Oh, Clarkie, I haven't seen him in a while." But I guess it's always nice to run into somebody that you might have played for when you're managing later on.
No doubt about it. Gamby's a baseball guy. He's got that aggressive style, and that's what I've always loved about him. He's got stories for you forever, and good stories, bad stories, whatever. He's just a good storyteller.
He's a talker, right?
Yeah, he is definitely that too. But and he makes a lot of sense in this station too. But I've always liked Tom and just loved the way he go about his business and always was there to pick his brain, because he's got a lot of knowledge in that head of his.
Dave, I'd overheard somebody describe you as a Jim Leyland guy, and as myself growing up in Pittsburgh, I always admired Jim Leyland as the Pirates manager, and I know that a lot of players that once they played for him, you always would want to go to war with Jim Leyland. If you can, talk a little bit about the time you spent playing for Leyland, and if at all his style, if it's rubbed off on you, and if he's had any influence on you as a manager.
He's had so much influence on me, and yes, it has rubbed off on me. I love the way he ran his clubhouse. I love the way he ran the game. It was very relaxed. It was a fun atmosphere, but we all knew when we put that uniform on, tied those shoes up, and stepped on that field, it was work. And Jim had his way of getting everybody on the same page. He didn't treat us all the same, because you got 25 different personalities, and there's no way in hell you can treat us all the same. But he had that knack of finding out who you were and what you like, and he was there for you. And the biggest thing that stands out in my mind, I can remember one day I pinched hit and struck out. And that very next day, he comes up to me right before we go out for batting practice. He patted me on the shoulder and said, "You know what? Be ready, because I'm going to put you back in that same situation." He always tried to put you in a situation where you can succeed, because he knew if you succeeded, you were giving a team a chance to win.
Dave, thanks very much for your time. I really appreciate it, and got a gorgeous ballpark here. Team's struggling a little bit, I know, but I know that you're going to get a lot of support from this city and from the Ryan people who have built this team. I'm imagining it's been a nice, comfortable place to come and work as a manager.
It's been great. You know, you surround yourself with baseball people that are running this organization, and it's been great. They know what it takes to put together a good franchise.
Dave Clark is the manager of the Corpus Christi Hooks, and joining us on the pregame show. Dave, thanks again.
Okay.
We'll be right back after this with a Texas League Tonight, but first, these words on CSN from Vail Honda.
Dreams makes the best reality. And the reality is that the Honda Ridgeline is here at Vail Honda, 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. It's tough as nails and rugged from top to bottom. The all-new 2006 Honda Ridgeline features a rigid closed-box frame with unit body construction and fully independent suspension for confident handling. The Honda Ridgeline with full features. Come see it today and drive it away tonight at Vail Honda, 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. Vail Honda, making your life's drive a little bit smoother. When it comes to a full line of office products, the name is Settle Office Products, 4412 MacArthur Drive in North Little Rock. They've been in business on MacArthur Drive for 23 years. They give free delivery anywhere in Central Arkansas. They have office furniture, office supplies, scratch and dent furniture, and they're family-owned and operated. Give them a call today at 758-1050 or see them on the website at www.settleofficepro.com.
The Air Force is the only branch of service with its own community college. It's called the Community College of the Air Force, and it makes a difference. You see, in the Air Force, you earn college credit for learning your job. You can earn an associate's degree in one of 66 career fields. Your job experience goes farther in the Air Force. For more information, call 1-800-423-USAF or log on at airforce.com. Cross into the blue with the U.S. Air Force. No one comes close.
Why do people statewide across the state of Arkansas like CSN? Here's Gary Coates, General Manager and owner of affiliate KBJT in Fordyce.
Well, I like it because it's Arkansas-oriented. You know, the things that that CSN carries are always, from within the state, and for the most part, and it's a real big help to our broadcast schedule.
CSN now in her 27th year.
Welcome back to Whataburger Field and the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Phil Elson with you, and a reminder, you can get ITT Tech online, www.itt-tech.edu. Today in Corpus Christi, it's about 78 degrees. The wind blowing from the southeast, 16 miles an hour. That means it's blowing across the outfield from right to left. Left field, just past left field, is where Corpus Christi Channel begins. Past center field, the Harbor High-Level Bridge, and then way out past right field, the Gulf of Mexico, and the USS Lexington sitting out there. It's a museum built in 1943. Got a chance to go to that museum today. It was integral in the victory in World War II. If you ever come out to Corpus Christi and there's not a game that you can come see at Whataburger Field, because the ballpark is worth visiting, go out there and check out the USS Lexington. It'll give you a wonderful history of the battles in World War II and many of the other battles that the Lexington fought in. Enough about history. Let's get to yesterday's action in the Texas League. Saw that the Tulsa Drillers were losers yesterday by a final score of 6-4, a matchup of the first place Midland Rockhounds and the first place Tulsa Drillers, and Midland wins the first round. Omar Quintanilla was leading off. He's the shortstop for the Rockhounds. Finished with a home run, his fourth of the season. Also knocked in three. Brent Colamarino's had a good year. Hit his third home run as well. So that loss by the Drillers means the Trav didn't lose any ground. They still remain 2.5 games in back of Tulsa for first place in the Texas League East. Meanwhile, Midland, with that victory, they stayed 2.5 games in front of San Antonio. San Antonio yesterday 4-2 winners over the Springfield Cardinals in the Alamo City. Gene Harris continued with his fine start, had 3 base hits and 4 at-bats. He scored 3 runs. T.J. Bond is hitting .352, knocked in 2 runs. And Jamie Bubella hit his 4th home run of the year. Winning pitcher for San Antonio, Ryan Roland Smith, and Randy Leake took the loss for Springfield. So the Cardinals stay 6.5 games out of first in the East Division. San Antonio remains 2.5 games out in the West. And in a matchup of the 2 last-place teams, Wichita over Frisco by a final of 4-3. Wichita had lost 4 games in a row. Now they've won 2 straight. They're at 12-18. Meanwhile, Frisco, with the league's worst record, 10 wins, against 20 losses. Right now there's a doubleheader being played at Tulsa. They're making up the rainout between the Rockhounds and the Drillers last week in Midland, and so they're making up that rainout as part of a doubleheader today in Tulsa. They're in the first inning, no score in Game 1. Game 2, of course, will start about 30 minutes after. Springfield and San Antonio doing battle at Wolf Stadium today, and it's also Frisco and Wichita at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. We'll have all those scores from the Texas League and the majors as we go throughout the broadcast today on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. But for now, we'll have a break. When we come back, we have the starting lineups. You're listening to Arkansas Traveler Baseball on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
The ITT Tech pregame show has been brought to you by ITT Technical Institute, now online at itt-tech.edu. Stay tuned next for Arkansas Traveler Baseball right here on the CSN Radio Network.
Son, you're a young man now. I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk about men and women.
I know all about that stuff.
Well, you might know a little biology, but do you know how to treat a woman?
I guess I could use a little direction. So how do I treat a woman, Dad?
You know, I'm not going to tell you. You have to figure that out by yourself.
How?
Well, first I suggest you watch a lot of bad TV and violent movies and observe how women get treated there.
Okay, I'm kind of doing that already. What else?
Well, let's see. Oh, yeah. When you're at school, be sure to take careful note of what irresponsible older boys say.
I sure will.
Sometimes the only message boys get is the wrong one. Many young men need advice and direction on how to behave towards women. You can help provide it. By teaching boys early that violence against women is wrong, you can help prevent domestic violence. For tips on what to say, visit www.endabuse.org. End Abuse. Teach early. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council and the Family Violence Prevention Fund.
Hi, I'm Mandy Moore, and I've been volunteering for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society since I was a kid. I know firsthand how the society makes a difference in the lives of people with leukemia, lymphoma, and myeloma. You can help too. For example, kids across the country collect pennies and spare change through the school and youth programs. In fact, that's how I got started. Families, neighbors, and businesses come together in communities across the nation every fall for the Light the Night Walk. Athletes support the society by walking, running, swimming, and cycling through team and training events. And for others, time and talent are what they choose to give, which makes a real difference in the lives of people battling cancer. You can help the Society Fund Cures for Cancer and provide critical services to patients and their families. To find out how, call 888-HELP-LLS or visit lls.org. Please contact the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society today and give someone with cancer the gift of help and hope.
A presentation of CSN, the Creative Sports Radio Network, brings you Arkansas Traveler Baseball. Today's game is brought to you by the ITT Technical Institute online at itt-tech.edu, by Coca-Cola, make it real, by Miller Lite, prevent taste loss with Miller Lite, by Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate, and by the Sonic Drive-In. Arkansas Traveler Baseball is brought to you statewide on the Creative Sports Radio Network by Bale Honda. See the new Honda cars and trucks today. The U.S. Air Force, cross into the blue. The Bank of the Ozarks with several locations to serve you. And by the Conedo Tax Advisory Group. And now, the Texas League Arkansas Travelers.
Welcome back to Whataburger Field in Corpus Christi. Phil Elson alongside you. Josh Harrison at CSN Center Control. Just about set for baseball coming up in about 6 minutes. So let's get to the starting lineups. We begin with the Hooks. They are the AA affiliate of the Houston Astros, coming in today with a record of 12 wins and 18 losses. They're 7.5 games out of first place. And it'll be Josh Anderson leading off in center field. Batting second for the Hooks, the shortstop Eric Riggs. Brooks Conrad, recently brought down from AAA Round Rock, will bat third. And Conrad, the second baseman, cleaning up is Carlos Rodriguez. He's hit 4 homers this year, 2 of them against the Travs. He's going to be in right field. Batting fifth for Corpus Christi, the designated hitter Hector Gimenez. Batting 6th and in left field is Mike Rodriguez, who was 2 for 3 yesterday with an RBI. Batting 7th, the catcher, Dax Norris. The 8-hitter, Mark Saccomanno, had the golden sombrero yesterday. Unceremoniously, 4 strikeouts and 4 at-bats. Saccomanno, again batting 8th, is at first base. And batting 9th and playing third base, former Arkansas Traveler Junior Zamora. The Travs ended the game with 17 wins and 13 losses. They've lost 4 in a row. It's their longest losing streak of the year. And tonight, Tom Gamboa pencils Reggie Willits at the top of the order. He'll be in right field. Batting second and at second base, Alberto Callaspo. Erick Aybar hits third. He's going to be the shortstop. And this is where we see our first change of the season. David Gates is the cleanup hitter today. Gates, the designated hitter. Tommy Murphy bats sixth. He's in center field, and Mike Napoli has been dropped down 2 spots in the lineup. Napoli, customarily the cleanup man for the Travs, is batting sixth, and he's going to catch Napoli in the throes of a deep slump, 2 for his last 23. And he struck out 3 times yesterday. Batting 7th for the Travs, the third baseman, Greg Porter. Mike Elward hits 8th. He's at first base. And Chris Morris bats 9th. He'll be the left fielder. Again for the Travs, 1 through 3. Willits, Callaspo, Aybar. Gates, Murphy, Napoli, 4, 5, and 6. Porter, Elward, and Morris, 7, 8, and 9. For the Hooks, Anderson, Riggs, Conrad, 1 through 3. Middle of the order, Rodriguez, that's Carlos Rodriguez, Gimenez, and Mike Rodriguez. And 7, 8, and 9, Norris, Saccomanno, and Junior Zamora. The starting pitching matchup, left-hander Tim Bittner on the hill for the Travs. He'll only go a couple of innings. It's his 5th start, missed his last start with a pulled hamstring, 1-2, and a 4.76 ERA. Well, a good bet we'll see Daniel Davidson come on to replace Bittner after the second inning. And on the mound tonight for the Hooks is 6'8" right-handed pitcher Jason Hirsh, who in 6 starts has gone 4-1 with a 2.33 ERA. The umpire crew is Brandon Cooney, the home plate umpire. Aaron Banks is the third base umpire, and the crew chief, Todd Waters, calls the outs at first. It's a gorgeous day for baseball here in Corpus Christi, Texas. That also means it's a good day to end a 4-game losing streak, as the Travs have not just lost 4 in a row overall, but they've lost their last 5 road games and have gone 4-10 in 14 games away from Raywinder Field. And, of course, we know in Little Rock, the boys from Little Rock are 13-3. We'll pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves from Whataburger Field in Corpus Christi. You're listening to the Creative Sports Radio Network, your home for Arkansas Travelers baseball.
And now taking the field tonight, your Corpus Christi Hooks in right field, Carlos Rodriguez. In center field,
as the Hooks get introduced to the crowd at Whataburger Field, we'll take our final break. When we come back, the first pitch between the Corpus Christi Hooks and the Arkansas Travelers. You get it right here on the CSN, Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network.
He joined the Air Force in 1964 and served in Vietnam. He commanded forces in the far corners of the globe. Rising through the ranks, he served as a 3-star general at the Pentagon. You'd think 30 years of distinguished service would be plenty. But if you're Norman G. Leasing, Lieutenant General, retired United States Air Force, that's just the beginning. Today, he's pursuing a new career as Walmart's Vice President of National Government Relations. Norm's journey took him near and far, through Asia, Scandinavia, Europe, the Middle East, and Webster University, where he earned a master's degree that served him well in his career. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
For more information about graduate degrees from Webster University in Little Rock, visit them on the web at webster.edu or call them 800-828-2598.
Hey fans, Bill Valentine here with a question. When was the last time you saw the Travs turn the triple play? That's right, I can't remember either. So this year, we're going to celebrate if the Travs manage to turn that trick. $100,000 to one fan if the Travs has completed a triple play during the 6th inning of a home game. You got to be 18 to enter with a valid driver's license, and you must be present to win. It's the Travelers' $100,000 triple play giveaway all season long here at Raywinder Field.
The fire and desire, a mystery of McIntyre. I got to pepper the originality through inspire. I like the taste of Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, solution individuality, and it runs personality.
Game 2 of the 4-game series here at Corpus Christi's Whataburger Field. Phil Elson alongside you at the hooks, taking their positions already, and the youth team making their way off the field. Jason Hirsh receives the rosin bag and catches it in a cloud of dust right on the pitcher's mound, and he'll start throwing his warm-up pitches. Trav saw Hirsh last week and defeated Hirsh and the Hooks by a final score of 4-2 in that ball game. Hirsh actually took the lead into the 7th inning. That was the morning game on Wednesday. And he had retired 12 in a row until the 7th. After 2 outs in the 7th inning, he faltered, walking a batter. Catcher had a passed ball. Greg Porter tied the game with a base hit, and then Mike Elward put the Travs ahead for good with a 2-run homer to right field. So Hirsh, while he did lose against the Travs, still pitched fairly well. Arkansas's batters were dominated yesterday thoroughly by the right hand of Fernando Nieve, who pitched to the tune of 10 strikeouts in 7 2/3 innings and got his second win of the season. Travs having some troubles at the plate over the course of this road trip. They have managed only 32 hits and are hitting only .239 over the road trip, and they, of course, lost all 4 of the games. Much of that because of a lack of punch. Travs have only hit the 1 home run in the last 6 ball games, and they're going to need to maybe flash a little power today. And who really knows what the Travs are going to get out of Tim Bittner, as he hasn't gone to the pitcher's mound in a game situation in a week. And, of course, he's only going 2 innings, but 2 innings can make a big difference. And Daniel Davidson takes it from there. And Davidson has struggled a little bit over his last couple of starts. So the Travs might need to put up a few more runs than they did yesterday, which would mean any more than 1 run. And we all know about the discomfort the ball club has on the road. They've been very comfortable at Ray Winder Field. And then you'll hear all sorts of reasons for why a team doesn't perform well in one ballpark or another. The fact is that the Travs just haven't been hitting very well when it comes to playing away from Ray Winder Field. They just really smack the ball around Little Rock's old ballpark. And when it comes to playing in San Antonio and Corpus Christi, 2 pitchers ballparks, I'll grant you that, but they still haven't really been hitting the ball very well. So let's see what they can do up against Jason Hirsh, a guy who can throw the ball in the low 90s, plus the fact he's coming from 6'8" and throws almost directly over the top, that it's tough to get a good read on where the ball's going to end up. Throws on that downward plane. Reggie Willits kicking some dirt around the batter's box. We're set. Umpire says play ball. Hirsh agrees. He winds up and delivers a strike, and we are underway at 7:08. 0-1 to Willits, with Callaspo and Aybar to follow. Reggie hitting .353, still at the top of the Arkansas roster and 3rd in the Texas League. Here's Hirsch's 0-1 to Willits, and it is inside, a hard fastball to back him off. 1 ball, 1 strike from Hirsh to Willits. Hirsh, 250 pounds, a former second-round draft choice out of Cal Lutheran by the Astros in 2003. The 05 season, his 3rd year. And the pitch to Willits is tipped foul and held on by the catcher Norris, and it's 1-2. Hirsh, the second highest strikeout total in the Texas League, 32 strikeouts over 38 2/3 innings, allowing 26 hits. The 1-2 to Willits, and a split finger foul it into the catcher's mitt. He holds on, strike 3. So a first batter down on strikes for Hirsh, as he came with that changeup that he'll throw quite often to left-handed batters. Willits switched for the 17th time this year. And again for Hirsh, it is strikeout number 33. He and his teammate Fernando Nieve, who pitched last night, are 1-2 in strikeouts. Nieve tops in the league at 47 after whiffing 10 Travs yesterday. Alberto Callaspo now takes a first pitch strike on the outside edge. Callaspo yesterday 0 for 4, striking out 2 times. And Hirsh ahead in the count already, 0-1. Next pitch fouled straight back as he came high and tight, and Alberto was just a little bit underneath it. The count 0-2. Top of the order is a big part of the Travs' struggles right now, and Callaspo right in the middle. Over the road trip, only 2 hits, 2 for 17. Here's the 0-2 from Hirsh. Callaspo looks at a fastball away, and it's 1-2. Third baseman Zamora was playing in before it got to 2 strikes. Heck, every third baseman plays in before 2 strikes with Willits, Callaspo, or Aybar. But now he'll back off. Middle infielders are deep as well. Riggs and Conrad. Saccomanno behind the bag at first. 1-2 to Alberto is low and in. And the count now evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. With Hirsh, the fastball 88-92. That's what he threw last week in Little Rock. A slider. There's 2 different kinds of sliders. A faster one and a slower, rounder pitch. Callaspo staying alive on the 2-2, which came on his fist to get a piece of it. Over the third base bleachers, and still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Did I just say bleachers? There isn't a single bleacher in this ballpark. It's all fixed back chairs. Just every time I think of third base, of course, we're thinking Raywinder Field, and there's nothing but bleachers over there. But there's not a bleacher in this ballpark. 2-2 pitch on the way, and another foul straight back as Callaspo fouls away 3 pitches. His average down to 280, 1 homer, 17 runs batted in. Callaspo was up around 315 before this current slump, which has found him striking out a lot more than you would expect. Usually 1 strikeout for every 2 weeks is about on par for Callaspo. 2-2 pitch, and he looks at ball 3. Way on with the changeup, and Hirsh missed low. So a full count to Alberto. Hirsh has walked 10 batters in 39 innings against the 33 strikeouts. Pretty good numbers. Here's the payoff. Callaspo swings and a high fly foul over third base again. That time over the fixed back chairs at the second level of third base. As Corpus Christi's ballpark here is 2 levels. Regular paying customers down to the box seat level, and then the suite holders up at the top. Another payoff to Alberto. Swinging a fly ball into center field. Didn't hit it very well. Josh Anderson reads the wind as it blows it to left center, and he makes the catch. And Callaspo is out number 2. Outfielders behind Hirsh, Mike Rodriguez, Anderson in center, and Carlos Rodriguez in right. No relation between the 2 corner outfielders. The wind yesterday was gusting up to 30 miles an hour out to left field. Today it's just a steady 16 to 20 mile an hour wind. They're not calling for any gusts. There was a rather large storm that blew through the Coastal Bend area after the game yesterday. Packed a punch. A lot of rain and even some hailstones. But quite a calm afternoon in Corpus Christi today. Aybar, the batter, he takes a pitch, and it's ball 1 low and away. Aybar showing that slap bunt approach. Trying to find a way to get on base against Hirsh. Here's the 1-0. And Alberto, actually that's Aybar, takes it low and inside, and it's 2-0. Zamora is still in at third. Aybar batting from the left side. That's his bunting side. He hits 270 with no homers and 14 RBIs. 2 outs and the base is empty as Hirsh delivers the 2-0. Aybar takes ball 3, tailing low and away. 3-0 the count to the 3-hitter Aybar with David Gates waiting on deck. Gates, the Trav's top hitter when it comes to hitting against Corpus Christi pitching, as he is 8 for 11. 3-0. Aybar probably taking a strike here. We'll see. Here's the pitch. And he is taking. It's right down the middle, and it's now 3-1. Erick yesterday 1 for 3. He had an infield single late in the game. Also walked and executed a double steal as the Travs trying to come back in the 8th. The 3-1, he shows bunt, and he takes strike 2. Fastball just above the knees. And a pretty good pitch to hit if you're a slap hitter, to go after that one and drive it the other way. But Aybar shortened up on the bat and instead took it. So the count is full. The kick, and Hirsh deals. Aybar swings, lofts it over shortstop. It gets to left center. Sliding is Mike Rodriguez to make an extra base-saving catch. That takes away a hit from Aybar, and the Travs go down in order in the first inning, though Aybar hit the ball pretty well. Not much to show for it. Tim Bittner is now making an appearance from the Arkansas dugout. He's going to be throwing the first pitch after these words on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
It's a message from George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton.
We're here today because, like you, we share a strong desire to do everything we can to help alleviate the terrible suffering caused by the recent tsunami disaster.
Millions of people have lost loved ones, including children, homes, and in some cases hope. And though it happened on the other side of the world, it touches our hearts, and we want to help.
The greatest source of America's generosity is the good heart of the American people. And that's why we come to you, not as presidents, but as 2 private citizens.
Everyone can help, and every dollar contributed will impact someone's life. So visit usafreedomcorps.gov to choose a reputable charity to accept your donations directly. You can trust that your contribution will be well spent.
No one can change what happened.
But we can all change what happens next. Thank you.
To make a cash donation to a reputable charity, visit usafreedomcorps.gov. A PSA brought to you by the Ad Council.
Welcome back. You know, for 25 years, he's never rolled over about fighting crime. Welcome, McGruff the Crime Dog.
Thanks, Joy. I got 2 words to make streets safer. Coffee cake.
Yeah, the cook eats the poison coffee cake.
No, you invite neighbors over for a cup of coffee to discuss the problems on your street and what to do about them.
But still, a 10-pound cake dropped on a bad guy's foot could help.
Couldn't hurt. Going to WePrevent.org could help, too.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, Crime Prevention Coalition of America, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
2 more games to go on the road trip following this evening's ball game at Whataburger Field. Travs back to Little Rock for an off day on Thursday and then get out to Ray Winder to start a series with the Tulsa Drillers Friday night. Should be a battle for first place, and if baseball isn't the thing you're looking for, if it comes down to pennant races, well, you might come out to learn how to keep score. It's because the Travs giving away scoring clipboards to the first 1,000 paid adults. And it's got diagrams of exactly how to keep score right there on your clipboard. So if you're one of those people who's seen, we've got some hardcore fans that keep score every night at Raywinder Field. If you're envious of those folks, learn how to keep score. Come out to the ballpark Friday night. Grab yourself a free scoring clipboard, compliments of Sonic Drive-In. 7:10 first pitch on Friday night, and then Saturday it's kids batting practice jerseys to the first 1,000 paid kids, courtesy of the Midwest Dairy Association. Both games at 7:10. Tim Bittner back on the mound for the Travs. He'll face Josh Anderson, and he misses inside with a fastball. Anderson, Riggs, and Conrad, the first 3 hitters in the order. Bittner delivers another fastball inside. And Anderson, who leads Corpus Christi in on-base percentage at .392, has run a 2-0 count to start the night for Bittner. It's going to be a short night for Bittner one way or the other. He's only scheduled to go 2 innings. The 2-0, Anderson takes a strike as the fastball comes on the inside corner. Bittner hasn't started since April 29th. Took to the mound against San Antonio and pulled his hamstring in the second inning of a 5-3 defeat. The 2-1 is down below the knees, now 3-1. Anderson, a .336 average. He leads the Texas League in stolen bases, so you certainly don't want to put him on. 15 steals in 20 chances. The 3-1, Anderson swings, hits it over the mound, and getting to it in back of second is Aybar from short. All in one motion, he fires and gets the out. A fine play, especially considering Anderson is a speed burner. And Aybar got to that ball very quickly, just in back of second base, and I mean, you can tell when a shortstop is smooth because he just fields it and throws it in one motion. All in one fluid delivery without even having to set his feet. The ball barely spent a second in his glove. Eric Riggs is the Corpus Christi shortstop. He now takes a pitch low for a ball. The 2-hitter hits .253, 1 homer and 11 RBIs. Tim Bittner, the left-hander from Wilmington, Delaware, working from the windup, and he gets Riggs to fly to left field. Morris going back a few steps as the wind pushes him just to the edge of the warning track, but he'll be there to make the catch, and there's 2 gone. Good to see Bittner back on the mound. It's been a pretty rough start to 2005, not just at the start of the regular season, but Bittner missed most of spring training with that hamstring injury that he had aggravated while he was at big league camp. He was invited to big league camp and never got a chance to pitch because of that injury, and that is so frustrating for Tim. When you get a chance to show what you can do in front of the big league coaches and managers in big league ballparks, at least big league spring training parks, and you're forced to sit the bench and watch your other friends and your other teammates play and show what they can do. And it's just a frustrating month of March for Bittner. And then to have to sit out for a week after April, I mean, that just compounds the frustration. Ball 1 to Brooks Conrad downstairs. Conrad, recently a frustrated AAA player. He was just sent down from Round Rock yesterday evening. Switch hitting, batting from the right side, taking ball 2 downstairs. Conrad, second baseman. He replaces Ray Navarrete in the everyday lineup for Corpus Christi. It's a pretty steady AA ball player. He was the everyday second baseman for Round Rock in 2004. Bittner's 2-0 is low, and that's a 3-0 count to Conrad. Pretty patient hitter. Last year, Conrad hit .290 with Round Rock, 13 homers and 83 runs batted in. Bittner falls behind 3-0. Now he kicks and deals and throws it down the middle. Took something off it just to ensure a strike, so it's 3-1. 2 outs and nobody on base in the bottom of the first. Travs went down in order in the top half, and Bittner trying to retire the side in order in the second half of the first inning. Tim asks for a new baseball. Plate umpire Brandon Cooney obliges, and the baseball to Napoli, who fires it out to Bittner. 3 balls, 1 strike. That ball's just been thrown out of play. That's 1 ball thrown out of play. 3-1. Here's the windup by Bittner, and the pitch. Check swing, foul ball, and Conrad didn't even mean to bring his bat halfway around. He kind of lowered his hands, bringing it to the very bottom of the strike zone and then tried to bring it back, but Bittner's pitch was on him quickly, and it hit the bottom of the barrel and went behind him. So actually Conrad's lucky that didn't go into play. Count full, and here's the payoff. Bittner breaks the bat. It's a pop-up over second. Callaspo gets turned around, but now he finds it and makes the catch. Good job by Tim Bittner as he came back to retire Conrad after falling behind 3-0. Down in order each team in the first inning, so the pitchers look strong to start. We'll go into the second inning at Whataburger Field after these words on CSN from Vail Honda.
Dreams makes the best reality. And the reality is that the Honda Ridgeline is here at Vail Honda, 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. It's tough as nails and rugged from top to bottom. The all-new 2006 Honda Ridgeline features a rigid closed box frame with unit body construction and fully independent suspension for constant handling. The Honda Ridgeline with full features. Come see it today and drive it away tonight at Vail Honda, 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. Vail Honda, making your life's drive a little bit smoother. When it comes to a full line of office products, the name is Settle Office Products, 4412 MacArthur Drive in North Little Rock. They've been in business on MacArthur Drive for 23 years. They give free delivery anywhere in Central Arkansas. They have office furniture, office supplies, scratch and dent furniture, and they're family owned and operated. Give them a call today at 758-1050 or see them on the website at www.settleofficepro.com.
If you're a fan of sports in Arkansas, then this summer CSN is the place to be, as we'll bring you Arkansas Travelers baseball, Arkansas Twisters football, and Arkansas Archangels basketball. In May, it's the high school baseball and softball tournaments and state championship games. In June, it's the high school all-star games, and in July and August, we'll bring you the American Legion state tournaments and championship games. Sports action all summer long right here on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
Each pitcher retired the side in order in the first inning, so each team will start with a cleanup batter for the second. Arkansas Travelers baseball here on the Creative Sports Radio Network. We're back in town Friday night, 7:10 first pitch against the Tulsa Drillers. We also have our first Ray Winder Field Jim Elder Good Sport Fund Kids Clinic coming up Sunday, with the Kids Clinic beginning at 12:45, brought to you by the Jim Elder Good Sports Fund. Bring the kids. They get to learn baseball from the Travs for free. Get them out there to the ballpark starting at 12:45 on Sunday for the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund Travs Kids Clinic. David Gates gets his first start as the cleanup hitter, as the designated hitter today. Of course, he bats on the right side. He will take a slider for a strike, called on the low outside corner from Jason Hirsh. Gates, Murphy, and Napoli here in the second inning. David provided 3 singles yesterday and a walk, so he was on base 4 times in yesterday's game. The 0-1 right on the outside corner as Hirsh gets ahead 0-2. The Travs yesterday had only 1 walk at the plate, and they collected the 7 hits, so Gates was on base half the time. The 0-2. Tipped foul off the catcher's mitt, remaining 0-2. Looked like a fastball that Hirsh threw a little bit up in the strike zone and got away with a bad 2-strike pitch. And Gates, at 7 homers and 29 RBIs, can certainly make you pay for a mistake pitch. Hirsh now has the sign into the glove. He kicks, he deals. Fastball away from Gates, and it's ball 1. 1-2. Gates at .309 with his batting average. Not quite amongst the top 10, but the 3rd highest average on the ball club. Count 1-2, and the pitch from Hirsh off speed. Broken bat, fly ball left field. Can of corn for Mike Rodriguez. And there's one away. Gates put a pretty good swing on a breaking pitch, and I think he got the pitch he was looking for. Might have just overextended himself a little bit, and the reason the bat broke. Otherwise, I think if he didn't break his bat, he might have made pretty solid contact. So one away, 4 in a row retired by Hirsh. Here's Tommy Murphy, the Travs center fielder, who yesterday had a couple of base hits, stole a base, and scored the only Arkansas run. He'll bat from the left side, and that pushes the second baseman Conrad a little deeper. The first pitch on the way, and Murphy takes it low and in. I think that got him on his right foot. It did. He tosses away the bat. Cooney says go to first. He does. Hirsh came with a changeup that held on to just a little too long and hit the dirt and then skipped off of Murphy's foot. And so Hirsh plunks Murphy, the first Trav base runner. And now the 6-hitter Mike Napoli steps in. Napoli slides 2 spots down in the order. He'd been the cleanup hitter for every game he'd started in. Murphy would be the cleanup man when Napoli would rest. And today, Mike, the catcher, after going hitless in 4 at-bats with 3 strikeouts. Murphy running the pitch low. Here's the throw, and it's late. A steal for Murphy going on the very first pitch as the Travs going to try to be aggressive today. And Napoli looked at a low fastball, so he gets a ball, 1-0 the count, and now to the mound goes the catcher Norris to speak with Hirsh. Murphy did not waste any time. He took his lead and was gone as soon as Hirsh brought his leg up. Stolen base number 6 for Murphy, and the Travs had not been running very much of late. Yes, there's partially a reason that because they haven't had many base runners recently, but they also haven't been as aggressive on the bases, at least in the stolen base sense. It's good to see them getting back to where they feel comfortable, getting out in scoring position for Napoli. 1-0 pitch, and that's down low, ball 2, 2-0. Tom Gamboa had mentioned that Napoli had been cleaning up all season, yet he only has 13 RBIs, which sits behind the 2 and 3 hitters, Callaspo and Aybar. And you usually don't see the number 2 and the number 3 hitter both together having more RBIs than the cleanup man. Napoli's average down to 244 with the 1 homer and the 13 RBIs. He's got a chance for an RBI here. 2-0 pitch. He hits it deep in the air to left field. That is a towering blast, and it's a 2-run homer. Mike Napoli takes a fastball at 91 miles an hour at his chin. Somehow he turns on it and blasts it over the left field fence. 2-0 Travs. Welcome to the 6th spot, Mike Napoli. You look pretty comfortable there.
Third baseman, number 8, Greg Porter.
The ball was at least even with the bank of lights in left field. I mean, a moonshot here in the second inning as Napoli hits his 2nd homer of the year, RBIs 14 and 15. And the Travs grab a 2-0 lead as Corpus Christi did early in the game yesterday. Greg Porter now stands in, and he takes a mean swing, fouls it off the catcher's mask. That's probably the hardest swing I've seen Porter take this season. He got a pitch to hit, a fastball down the middle, right at the belt. Tried to turn on it, but just missed, hitting a line drive somewhere. Now the windup in the 0-1 to Porter. Low and inside, 1-1. Porter had his hit streak end yesterday at 13 in a row. The longest hitting streak by any Trav this year. Porter had batted .447 over the stretch and went 0 for 3 yesterday. 1-1, low and inside, 2 balls and a strike, as that one also just kicked in front of his feet. Porter's average at .313. Second best on the team. No homers, 6 RBIs. Pitch, check swing, they'll appeal. Strike. Third base umpire Banks rings Porter up, and it's 2-2. Porter still helped the team yesterday with a sac fly, driving in the team's only run in the 3-1 loss. Already the Travs have a 2-0 lead this evening. Hirsh delivers his 2-2. Porter backs away from a high, tight fastball. Mike Elward in the on-deck area. And Elward already with a home run off Hirsh last Wednesday. 3-2 to Porter. Swing and a tip dropped by Norris. The catcher had a chance to catch that ball off of his helmet. Usually catchers don't get two chances to squeeze a foul tip, and Norris missed on both attempts. Still full on Porter. Hirsh trying to get the second out. He deals. Porter swings, line drive, shallow center, and that's going to fall in front of the center fielder Anderson for a base hit. So a one-out single. That's 3 batters in a row reaching base. Murphy hit by the pitch. Napoli goes deep, and Porter singles to center.
Number 22, Mike Elbert.
And this brings Elward up to the plate. Hirsh, in his first 4 starts of the season, that was all in April, carried a 171 ERA and allowed only 21 hits in 31 2/3 innings. Then the Travs hit him to the tune of 5 hits in 7 innings, but the big number was 4 runs in 7 innings after giving up just 6 runs all of April. So already May, in his second start, he's given up 6 runs total in just 2 starts. Not a very friendly month of May for him, at least not yet. Hirsh now leaning in for the sign after Norris had a couple more words with him. Norris has already been out to the mound twice this inning. Runner at first is Porter. Elward right-handed, number 8 in the order. And he'll take a fastball right at Broadway for strike 1. Elward's home run off of Hirsh came in the 7th inning. It was his second of the year. It was opposite field on a fastball. He was looking to drive the other way. He did. And in front of a packed house of screaming kids, Elward gave them more reason to scream. The stretch, the 0-1. Swung on chopped foul as it bounces to the third base seats. Just past the home dugout as the stands jut in a little bit down that third base line. Not much foul territory once you get to the outfield. 0-2 on Elward. Corpus Christi's park measures 325 feet to left field, though I'll tell you, Elward would have hit that ball out of any ballpark in the Texas League and any major league ballpark as well. 0-2, the pitch, curveball fouled back as Elward got a piece. Still 0-2. You can rob a home run here at Whataburger Field. The fence is, it looks like it's about 7 feet, 7.5 feet tall down the left field line. Juts up to 8 feet tall in left center and in center. Then in right, back down to about 7 feet again before raising back up to 8 feet in right field. 0-2, again the pitch to Elward. Foul, line drive, base hit into right field. Porter touches second and stops there. So that's 4 batters in a row reaching safely and 3 pretty solid base hits. Napoli's homer, Porter and Elward with hard base hits, both singles. So the Travs look like they are right on Jason Hirsh. And what I'm not seeing from Hirsh right now is that his slider isn't really coming in for a strike all that much. He's got a pretty nice tight slider that he'll throw over the top. It'll drop straight down with a little bit of movement. Then he'll throw a slower slider for more of an off-speed pitch, but he hasn't really been able to set it up very much. Every pitch the Travs are hitting, it looks like are fastballs. Hirsh lacking a little bit of location. 9-hitter Morris stands in. Corner's coming up a little. Now the pitch. And Morris looks at a strike on the low outside edge of home plate. Chris stepped up yesterday in the 8th inning as a pinch hitter and struck out swinging. He'd had a pinch hit single the day before in San Antonio, and so gets his first start in a few days. 2-0, Travs in front, top of the second, and a chance for more. 2 runners on base, only 1 out. Here's the pitch to Morris, and he swings. He pops it up over third. It gets over the dugout, and it will hit the roof. That is strike 2. Chris hitting .309 without a home run, but he still knocked in 8 runs. Chris has not been an everyday starter. Filled in as a DH a couple of times, and you see him out in left field a little more often than DH. Right here, just looking to make some solid contact, stay away from the strikeout. Porter takes the lead from second. Shortstop Riggs paying him a slight bit of attention. Here's the pitch. Ball 1, high and outside. Fastball with a lot of tail movement to it, 1-2. Hirsh doesn't quite have the power fastball that Fernando Nieve displays. Nieve was throwing up to 96 a couple of pitches yesterday. Hirsh gets it up to 92. A 1-2 pitch to Morris. He reaches and pokes it out of play. That's that fastball, and Chris just always seems to be looking to hit the ball the other way. Even during batting practice, he focuses on driving pitches on the ground or softly over shortstop out into left field. And he's playing pepper here with Hirsh as he tries to put the Travs ahead 3-0. Here's the stretch and a check at second. Hirsh now deals the 1-2, and Morris taps it over the mound, got over the glove of Hirsh. Coming from second, Conrad flips, safe at first. Morris beats the throw, and they're going to be loaded for the top of the order. Hirsh was pretty close to grabbing that ball. It was hit just over the top of his glove on the second base side. Second baseman Conrad charged in for it, but he was playing at double play depth, so as he came in, he had a ways to come in. Tried to pick it and flip it in one motion, but Morris, who burns rubber, beats the throw. So that is 5 consecutive Travs reaching base, 4 consecutive hits. And Reggie Willits has a chance to do some serious damage with the bases loaded and 1 away. A 2-0 Travs lead, a chance for much, much more. Here's the first pitch to Willits. Swing and a foul ball. Hits the facade at third base and now drops down to the stands. Strike 1. Willits a strikeout victim last inning. And he struck out on a changeup. And Hirsh gets ahead of him 0-1. Now he'll step away from the rubber for a quick second. Willits with the bases loaded 2 for 3 this year with 6 of his 9 RBIs coming with the bases juiced. The 0-1 on the way. Fouled straight back. Got a fastball just at the letters. That's where Reggie likes to turn on the ball. Just missed driving that pitch. No balls, 2 strikes on the Trav right fielder. Umpire Cooney gets a fresh set of balls. Willits readjusting his batting gloves outside of the left side of the mound. Corner infielders are still playing slightly in with 2 strikes. Middle infielders looking for the more normal double play. Hirsh delivers the 0-2, and it's a change low and outside. Went to that changeup. It's the pitch that he struck Reggie out on in the first inning, but that time Willits wasn't buying it. Still 1-2. At third base, Greg Porter. Mike Elward takes his lead from second. Morris away from first. Saccomanno playing in front of Morris. And now the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Inside. Hard fastball. Willits jackknifed out of the way. And that makes it a level count, 2-2. Outfield gives a little bit of room to right center. But they always do that at Whataburger Field with that constant breeze going across from right to left. The left fielder Rodriguez is playing pretty shallow and pretty close to the left field line. 2-2. Hirsh checks third and second. Now the pitch in the dirt and blocked. After getting ahead 0-2, Hirsh has run a full count to Willits. Hirsh hasn't walked anybody today, but he did hit Murphy with a pitch to start this little rally here in the second. As they like to say, no place to put him. And the payoff pitch comes. High, ball 4. 3-0 Arkansas. Willits credited with an RBI thanks to a bases-loaded walk. And you know Hirsh really struggling right now. After he got ahead 0-2, he misses with 4 consecutive pitches. And that brings a visit from pitching coach Joe Slusarski as he walks from the third base dugout slowly to the mound. It took Slusarski 6 consecutive batters to reach before he appears. And right now, Jason Hirsh is really, really struggling. It all started by hitting Tommy Murphy with a pitch and then falling behind Mike Napoli 2-0. He went with a high fastball, and I don't know how Napoli turned on that pitch. But somehow he did and drove it over the left field fence. Slusarski taking his time, speaking with the catcher Norris and Hirsh on the right side of the mound. Plate umpire Cooney gets out there and says, let's get this game going again. They remain loaded for Alberto Callaspo. And while Callaspo is 2 for his last 18, he's been comfortable with the bases loaded, 2 for 4 in such chances. And right now, Elward at third, Morris at second, Willits at first. Fairly good speed from the stretch. The pitch, a slider, and Callaspo looks at a strike as it breaks over the plate right down the middle. They continue to play the corners up. And the middle infielders back for a more conventional double play and open up that gap in right center. 0-1 the pitch. And it is in the dirt. Scooped between the legs of Norris, but not very far behind him. Runners hold. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Callaspo. Alberto is gone this entire road trip without an RBI. He had 2 RBIs in the last home series against the Hooks. There's the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball tailing away, and that's ball 2. 2-1. Lights have been turned on. As the Travs have turned on a little power here in the second inning themselves, taking a 3-0 lead. And a 2-1 count to Callaspo. Hirsh checks third. The right-hander delivers. Swing and a fly ball in a shallow left center field. Coming in, Rodriguez, he makes the catch. Elward is going to tag. The throw goes to third base. Elward scores standing up, and it's 4-0 on the sac fly by Callaspo. Smart play by Rodriguez. He does not possess the strongest arm. And instead of taking the chance to get Elward at home, he elects to go to third base, keeping Morris and Willits at bay. Credit Callaspo with his 18th run batted in of the season. And it's his second sacrifice fly this year. Now the 3-hitter Aybar is the ninth batter of the inning. He'll swing at a first pitch fastball and pop it up over third. Coming in from left field and close to the line, Mike Rodriguez. This is blowing foul, and the ball is not caught. It is a foul ball. Now, we can't see the corners where the ball ended up. And so it looked like Rodriguez was getting ready to leap into the fence right at the railing in left field. Not on the home run fence, but on the foul fence. And the base umpire, Banks, made the call that he did not make the catch. So Aybar gets away with one as that wind blew it out of play. If there was no wind at Whataburger Field, that ball would have been caught in shallow left. And so Aybar catches a break. Now carries an 0-1 count back to the plate with him. Aybar hit a pretty soft line drive in the first inning. It was caught by Rodriguez in shallow left center. And that outfield is awfully shallow for Aybar. Count 0-1 the pitch. Slider low, and it's ball 1. 1-1. Aybar himself struggling just as Willits and Callaspo had been. They're both Reggie and Alberto with RBIs here in the second. See if Aybar can't do the same. A 1-1 pitch. Low and inside. Back to the slider, but Hirsh isn't throwing it regularly for strikes. 2 balls, 1 strike on the Travelers shortstop. 4 runs are in here in the second. And it's a 4-0 lead for the Travs. Hirsh comes set at the chest. Aybar swings and fouls a fastball over the third base seats up to the second level. Hit that ball pretty hard, but a little late on the fastball from Hirsh. 2-2. Aybar half in, half out of the box. Hirsh stays on the mound, leaning in. Erick taps the bat on the plate, whirls it around a couple times. There it is, holding it parallel to the ground. Hirsh delivers the 2-2, chopped towards third. Zamora on one bounce, tries to tag him, misses, throws across, gets him, and the inning is over. So the Travs settle for a 4-run second inning. They collect 4 base hits, and no errors committed. They leave 2 runners on. 4-0. Travs grab the lead as we go to the second inning on the CSN Arkansas Traveler Baseball Network.
You are witnessing some intense pain here, folks. Throbbing muscles, swollen joints. This is pure torture. We're talking total body suffering. Not even the internal organs are...
Bob, the game hasn't started yet.
Game? I'm talking about me.
Don't let orthopedic discomfort interrupt your life. Learn to manage it with Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas, the state's leaders in orthopedic medicine. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Healthline at 227-8478 and get back in the game.
Ooh, I can feel that hit up here.
I never wanted a Coke so bad in my life. Like the time I went on a shop till you drop-a-thon with my girlfriend. So there I am, pinballing from store to store across the vast expanse of this mega mall, forced to give my opinion on her clothing choices, which she promptly ignored. I think it was from all the, yeah, that looks great, honey, but I was parched. Only one thing was going to unparch me. A Coke. I would have cried, but I couldn't spare the fluid. So next time I go shopping, it'll be online. Coca-Cola. Make it real.
Hey fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Rain Wonder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Rain Wonder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Already, the Travs have outdone themselves from yesterday as they've grabbed a 4-0 lead thanks to a 2-run blast by Mike Napoli and an RBI walk to Reggie Willits and a sac fly from Alberto Callaspo. So Tim Bittner, who's going to be pitching here just in his final inning, as Daniel Davidson is already beginning to warm up in the right field bullpen. Bittner set down the hooks in order in the first. Will now face the middle of the order. Carlos Rodriguez hit a 2-run homer in the first inning yesterday against Irvin Santana. And he leads off the second right here. A right-handed batter who takes a fastball away from Bittner, 1-0. The homer Rodriguez hit was a moonshot just like the one off Napoli's bat today, except it was driven to the gap in left center field and it sailed over the home team bullpen. 1-0 pitch. And a swing and a broken back grounder to the third baseman, Greg Porter. Off the line, he skitters a couple of steps towards shortstop, picks it up and fires across to retire Rodriguez, and there's one gone. 4 in a row retired by Bittner. This brings up the 5-hitter, Hector Gimenez. Gimenez started as the catcher yesterday for Dave Clark's Hooks. He's the DH today. Switch hitter, batting from the right side. He finished 3 for 4 yesterday. Average up to 275. Gimenez with 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. Corners even as the first pitch is coming from Tim Bittner. And it's fouled in the air, high to first base. Wind might blow it back in play, but that one ends up on top of the Arkansas dugout and bounces into the crowd. Dusk starting to settle in here to Corpus Christi, and the lights are taking their effect shortly. And we're sitting right on the Corpus Christi Bay, a ballpark filled with birds. There's got to be at least 100 birds flying around this ballpark. You can't miss them. 0-1 pitch to Gimenez. Swing and a line drive into left field. Throws in Morris. Waits, makes the catch. Well hit ball, but Gimenez had it hang in the air a little bit. And he was reaching over the plate when he made contact. Didn't quite get all of his weight behind the swing. And so there's 2 outs, bringing up the 6-hitter, Mike Rodriguez. Bittner didn't feel the twinge in his hamstring until the second inning of the game against San Antonio last week. Ended up giving up 3 runs and walked a couple of batters and kept tugging at his leg. And you knew from the beginning that it would be an injury that would take him out of the ball game. Pitch low to Rodriguez as he runs up to show bunt. So he's been getting some pretty intense treatment from trainer Armando Rivas. Just 2 days after Bittner had been diagnosed with that pulled hamstring, I saw him in the clubhouse literally screaming in pain as Rivas worked through the knots in that muscle on his right hamstring. Pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Bittner was grabbing that trainer's table for dear life. 2-0 pitch on the way. Swung on, hit back to the mound, and Bittner plays it. Nice quick grab, and he flips to first. That'll end the inning. So Tim Bittner, in his return to the mound, sets all 6 batters down that he faces, and Daniel Davidson is going to take it from here. 4-0, the Travs lead as we go into the top of the third on the CSN Travelers Radio Network.
Big snack to go.
Peanuts cartoon, Charlie Brown rests his head in his hands while leaning on the wall looking miserable. His friend Lucy approaches. She says, "Discouraged again, huh, Charlie Brown?" Charlie Brown doesn't even answer. "You know what your trouble is?" Lucy asks. Without waiting for a response, she announces, "The whole trouble with you is that you are you." Charlie Brown says, "Well, what in the world can I do about that?" Lucy replies, "I don't pretend to be able to give advice. I merely point out the trouble." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church at Rock Creek. You know, it's easy to be that person who only points out the trouble. Today, be the person who comes up with a solution.
The Church at Rock Creek has 4 weekend services. Worship times are Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 11 a.m., and Monday night at 7 p.m. For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
Hit a home run with your family tonight. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy foods at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3 a day today? The power of cheese.
Two innings in the books, and so far the Travs out in front 4-0 over Corpus Christi. Phil Elson alongside you for tonight's broadcast. Nice to have you with us. Corpus Christi, nice-looking town. Never been here before. Of course, we've really only seen 2 parts of town, the ballpark in North Corpus Christi, right on the North Beach, and South Beach, which is where the hotel is located. And let me tell you a little bit about the hotel and what has gone on over the last couple of days. We've learned a lot about our manager, Tom Gamboa. Very positive things. We know that this guy is going to back up the franchise and back up the team and his players any chance he gets. If he feels slighted, and boy did he feel slighted when the team pulled into town. David Gates is swinging a miss to start the 3rd inning as Hirsh returns to the mound after the Travs batted around in the 2nd. Let's see, the team pulled into town, after Saturday night's game at San Antonio. Pulled in about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. 0-1 pitch to Gates, and a check swing pitch just misses the outside corner. It's 1-1. Gates 0 for 1, he flat out to left in the 2nd. Here in Corpus Christi, the team stays at one of 2 Omni hotels that are both flanking the tallest building in downtown. Travs stay at the Omni Marina. Gates a line drive base hit into left field as a hanging slider comes from Hirsh, and it turns into the Travelers' 5th base hit. And for Gates, he is now 9 for 12 against Corpus Christi hitting. So the team pulls in at 1 o'clock, and you can imagine what a ball club looks like after it was just a 2-hour drive, but still guys are nodding off, falling asleep. They wake up 1 in the morning a little discombobulated, and what's the first thing you want to do? You want to get into your bed, you want to crawl in there and go to sleep for a few hours because it's a 2 o'clock game the next day. Well, the team gets there, and none of the rooms are ready. Murphy takes a strike on the low outside corner, 0-1. Murphy hit by a pitch in the 2nd, stole 2nd, and then scored on the front end of Napoli's home run. Napoli waiting on deck. Well, none of the rooms were ready. Apparently, there was miscommunication, and it was the hotel's fault that none of the rooms were ready. They thought the team was coming in the next day. Pitch outside the changeup, and it's 1-1. But you won't find a team is going to have a 2 o'clock game and figure that they'll take a 2-hour bus ride the day of that game. If it's a night game, they might do it, but not a day game. There's just not enough time to get your stuff ready, and we leave time open for the variables that can happen on a road trip. 1-1. Here's the stretch in the pitch, and it's ball 2, low and away on a changeup. 2-1. Well, Gamboa was pretty frustrated, and with very, very good reason. And Gamboa stepped up and let the hotel know that he was displeased in so many words. 2-1, fouled straight back, and it's 2-2. Now, none of the rooms were ready for an hour, so the ball club was just hanging around in the hotel lobby at 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's a sight to see. 26 guys, all of them carrying bags, equipment. For some reason, Alberto Callaspo had a giant foam yellow Cowboys hat, and I don't know where he found that thing. But, I mean, It was surreal. 2-2 and a high flat foul out of play. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4-0 Travs in front here in the top of the third. So after the game yesterday, Gamboa made up his mind. He was going to let the manager of the hotel know that this was unacceptable. Sat down with the manager this morning. And what do we find when we come into the ballpark today? 2-2. Line drive, base it over first. That one might go all the way to the fence. Around second is Gates. He's going to be waved around third now. Murphy trying for 3. Gates scoring, standing up as they overthrow the cutoff man. It's an RBI triple for Tommy Murphy, and it's 5-0 Arkansas. Got that ball in a line drive over Saccomanno. He had no chance to reach up and grab it. Bounced fair by a couple of feet, rolled all the way to the corner. Gates originally was getting held up, and then Gamboa sent him around a little late. But it worked. RBI for Murphy is 16th, third triple. It's 5-0, and the infield's going to come up. As I'm going to finish this story, what did Armando Rivas hand everybody as they came into the clubhouse today? Vouchers for 2 free meals at the Omni Marina Hotel. Napoli takes low and away for a ball, 1-0. So lunch and breakfast is on Gamby. I thanked him for it today. He said, hey, thank the manager. So he wants to push off the responsibility to the manager of the hotel. Foul back by Napoli, 1-1. But, I mean, in a very small way, this does say that Tom Gamboa is the kind of manager that is going to back up his players in any instance. I mean, a lot of managers will back up their players on the field, but once it gets off the field, I mean, they don't really pay much attention to them. They're here to work with them on the field and not much else. But I think that this shows the players that Gamby's going to do anything he can for them. 1-1 to Napoli, and it's low and inside, 2-1. Natives getting restless. They feel the strike zone's getting squeezed. Nobody out. 5-0 Arkansas here in the top of the third. And Napoli working with the infield all the way in. Murphy takes that lead. Here's the pitch. And it's a slider chopped to short. Murphy holds it third, and Napoli is thrown out 6-3. Just a little bit in front of that slider, and Hirsh got away with another hanging breaking pitch. That's 1 out, and the Travs will leave it to Greg Porter to bring in the 6th run.
Third baseman, number 8, Greg Porter.
Plate umpire Brandon Cooney now has ejected somebody from the Hooks dugout, and it looks like it's Dave Clark, the manager. Cooney was standing on the left side of home plate with his hands on his hips. He was jabbering at the Hooks dugout, and then he motioned, he ejected somebody, and it might be the pitching coach, Joe Susarski, who is streaked out of the dugout and is now behind Clark, his manager, who's trying to keep him from bumping the umpire. Clark is trying to do the arguing himself, but Susarski is also shouting a whole bunch of words you can't say on the radio. Todd Waters, the crew chief, is trying to get between Cooney and Susarski. Cooney now speaking as calmly as he can with Dave Clark, the Hooks manager, and it appears that it's Joe Susarski, the Corpus Christi pitching coach, who has been ejected from the ballgame. Well, now I heard that many of the fans here in Corpus Christi had been getting upset with the strike zone. You could hear it through the crowd microphone, but I hadn't seen anybody chirping from the home dugout, and Cooney had heard enough. Susarski is a pretty easygoing guy, and I know that's the first time I've seen him ejected, at least in the 3 seasons that he's been the pitching coach at AA for Houston. So Clark walks away from the plate umpire. And it appears that Corpus Christi is going to be doing without a pitching coach for the rest of the night. I'll give Clark some credit. He looked pretty calm and collected as he tried to finish the argument. And he was literally making a circle around the umpire, trying to keep Susarski from throwing a punch or something. Now they're going to keep the infield up, and Hirsh throws to third base, kind of like a lefty throws to first, to try to pick off Murphy, but he read that and got in. The batter is Greg Porter. Susarski now walks off the field, down into the clubhouse area. There's a tunnel outside of the dugout. First pitch to Porter. It's a foul ball over the dugout at third base. Out in front of a breaking pitch, and the count 0-1. Travs scored 4 runs in the second. Bring another run home here in the third on the triple by Murphy. Porter had a single in the second, and he scored on the bases-loaded walk. 0-1 is the count. Just a fly ball will do it here. And the pitch. And he swings, pops it up on the infield. Goodness, that is up there. Behind the plate now. Hirsh, the pitcher, going after it, and he can't find it. It falls. Norris, the catcher, that's his ball. And he couldn't see it. That ball might have actually touched the moon. It was so high. And Norris, the catcher, was just standing at home plate looking for the ball. Never found it. Hirsh saw it from the pitcher's mound. He sprinted as fast as anybody 6'8", 250 pounds can sprint. And attempted to slide on the warning track about 50 feet behind home plate and came up empty. So Porter gets a little gift. Let's see if he can't bring in a run now. You could tell he was just trying to get some air under the ball. He had a real uppercut in the swing. Count is 0-2, and Hirsh will go for the strikeout. Into the stretch now, Hirsh. Here's the pitch to Porter. Swing and a fly ball in a shallow right center field. Could this score a run? Rodriguez charges in, gives way to Anderson. The center fielder makes the catch. Murphy tags. Here's the throw. He is safe at home plate. He just beats the throw, and that will infuriate Corpus Christi even further. A darn close play at the plate. Throw was just up the third base line. Murphy slid outside the tag. I think Cooney got the right call. Without question, the throw beat Murphy home, but it was 2 feet up the third base line, and Murphy slid outside that tag. He just got his foot on home plate before Norris tagged him. Clark sprinted out of the dugout to argue the call, and he must have gotten the explanation he was looking for, because very calmly he nodded his head. He said, okay, turned around and went back into the dugout. Porter barely got that ball out of the infield, especially with the wind blowing in a little bit from right now. Anderson made the catch, and his throw was a little weak, and it was up the line. Elward takes a pitch away for a ball, and it is 1-0. Credit Porter with a sacrifice fly to center. It is his 7th RBI of the year, and it's a 6-0 advantage for the Travs here in the top of the third inning. Elward takes another pitch low and away, ball 2. I'm going to guess that there will be more ejections for Corpus Christi today. 2-0 to Elward, line, base hit left field. And that's base hit number 7. On the 2-0 pitch down the middle, he comes up with his second base hit. Elward is 2 for 2. They are booing the umpires. They're not booing Jason Hirsh. The fans in Corpus Christi are very upset with the calls of the umpire. The strike zone has been unpopular. The ejection of the pitching coach will be unpopular. The call at the plate with Murphy, also as unpopular as it gets. Dave Clark now steps out of the dugout and walks to the pitcher's mound. I don't think he's actually going to make a pitching change right here. He's going to try to calm Hirsh down, because Hirsh is hot. He's mad. He feels he's getting squeezed too. Now, there might be a couple of pitches here and there that Cooney is missing. Actually, Hirsh is going to get pulled out of the game. He leaves after 2 2/3 innings. Well, I don't think Hirsh is a victim of a bad strike zone. I really think he was missing. He was high with his fastball. The slider wasn't breaking as he would like it to, and so the Travs turn on him to put up 6 runs in just 2 2/3 innings, and they get into the bullpen here in the third. So we'll take a 60-second break to think about this pitching change. It's been a rather eventful 2 2/3 innings for Jason Hirsh. Back after a 60-second break on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
Oh, honey, just put that down there.
So, the movers will be here tomorrow morning?
Yeah? Oh, but it's fine. Most of that stuff can just go straight in the truck.
All right. What about this 16th century Rossellini sculpture from Italy?
Toss it in the box. It'll be fine. Whoops. But that priceless painting, the movers can just carry out. I don't think we have to cover it. Oh, and the sideboard from your grandma?
Uh-huh.
We'll just strap it to the roof of the car.
Okay.
You need the right protection for priceless things when moving. And when your precious children are in the car, they need the right protection too. If they're too big for a car seat, that doesn't mean they're the right size for an adult safety belt. If they're under 4'9", they need a booster seat. It raises them up so the safety belt fits properly. And the right fit makes all the difference to their future. To learn more, visit www.boosterseat.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
6-0 Travs as we remain in the top of the third inning. 2 runs home. Gates a single, scores on a triple by Tommy Murphy, who later scores on a sac fly to center by Greg Porter. Starting pitcher Jason Hirsh is gone, and the new reliever is Scott MacRae, right-handed, who deals to Chris Morris, and he swings and hits a high fly ball down the right field line. That's a base hit, just bare inside the line. Extra bases for Morris, as Elwood is going to be sent around third base. Throw to the plate, he slides, he's safe, and a triple for Morris, and it is 7-0. Morris on the very first pitch from MacRae gulps it over the first baseman's head. And the right fielder, Carlos Rodriguez, was playing a little closer to center field. Had no chance to get to it. We'll wait to hear the official call for Morris, either a double or a triple, and then takes third on the throw home. But he is credited with his 9th RBI. And that'll close the book on Jason Hirsh. 7 runs in 2 2/3. All 7 runs go down as earned runs. Now Reggie Willits with a foul ball in the first pitch, strike 1. 4 hits, 4 runs in the second, 3 runs here in the third on 3 base hits. Morris and Elwood are both 2 for 2. And Willits takes a pitch low, and it's 1-1. A strikeout in the first and a bases loaded walk in the second for Reggie Willits. And he took that bases loaded walk after falling behind 0-2. Pitch from MacRae. And just missing the low outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. MacRae appears in his 5th game. A 159 earned run average. 2-1 pitch. And a little tapper towards the mound. A barehand play by the pitcher MacRae. His throw is in time. And the Travs will settle for a 3-run rally here in the third inning. 3 runs on 4 base hits, no errors, 1 runner stranded. Travs have taken control of this ball game. It is 7-0. We go to the bottom of the third on the CSN Arkansas Traveler Baseball Network.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Brewery.
Hi. I was wondering if I could return my beer for a refund. I just bought a 12-pack for me and my friends. They don't have any taste. Bizarre.
And you want to go ahead and return those?
Does it ever happen where, like, the taste adder guy dozes off or something? Or he pulled a prank on us. Is there a guy named Pete who works there? Because I got a buddy named Pete who used to glue quarters to the floor to watch people try to pry him up. Hysterical. Well, I'll tell you what. No, thank you very much. I'm just going to go get a 12-pack of Miller Lite instead.
If you're going to choose on taste, choose the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Ed and I sell soft drinks at ball games, and he first told me about BC Powder.
We carry big trays of drinks up and down the stadium steps. Man, it's a killer.
And with a backache, that tray feels heavier and heavier.
And the stairs are tough on your knees.
One night I was dragging, and the game wasn't half over.
I told Brian he needed a BC to stop the pain fast, because it goes to work quick.
BC stopped the pain, got me right back to work.
BC goes down easy with a soft drink, but don't tell the boss, okay?
BC, pain relief at the speed of powder. Use as directed.
It's time for a reintroduction to one of your close friends. A friend who supported you through many a spring or summer night over the years, and you never have to go searching for him. He's always in the same spot along the third base line. Baseball fans, reintroducing the Ray Winder Field Bleachers. The Bleachers are the place to gather with your other friends to catch exciting Arkansas Travelers baseball. And at just $6 a ticket, there's no place friendlier. Call the Travs at 664-1555 or visit Travs.com.
Travs have exploded over the first 3 innings for 7 runs on 8 base hits and carry a 7-0 lead into the bottom of the 3rd, and they hand the keys now to Daniel Davidson. Davidson replaces Tim Bittner, who goes 2 perfect innings, no hits, no runs, didn't walk anybody, no strikeouts. And so Bittner seemed pretty comfortable with that hamstring and hopefully is able to get back and make a customary 6 to 7 inning start later on this week. Leading off in the 3rd, Dax Norris takes a high fastball from Davidson, 1-0 the count. Davidson credited with the relief appearance, but he's going to be going his customary 95 pitches. 1-0 as the left-hander deals, and it's driven in the air by Norris to deep left center field. Going back to the wall, and that is going to get over for a home run. A leadoff home run for Dax Norris, Corpus Christi's catcher, with his team leading 5th of the year. And not a very good start for Davidson, as that's the first base hit for Corpus Christi on just the 2nd pitch that he throws.
First baseman Ray Saccomanno.
It's been a rough go recently for Davidson, as he has allowed 6 runs in his last 13 innings, and he deals a pitch high to Saccomanno for a ball. Davidson had a very gutsy start against Corpus Christi in the 2nd game on Tuesday. They gave up 2 walks and 9 hits in 5 innings. That's 11 base runners, but gave up only 2 runs. A pitch low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes to Saccomanno, who yesterday in 4 at-bats struck out 4 times. Right-handed hitter hitting .276. Davidson tries the outside corner and misses, and it's 3-0. Well, Cooney's strike zone has been a little tighter than Aaron Banks' yesterday. Davidson needs to get the calls on the corners. The 3-0 downstairs, it's a 4-pitch walk. Hirsh, more of a power pitcher. He can, I think, be more successful without getting calls on the corners. Davidson, who rarely breaks 85 or 86 miles an hour, needs to get the calls on the corners. And so that's just another factor in a chance that Davidson might not have a good appearance today. First 2 men making it on base here in the 3rd. And Junior Zamora stepping in. Davidson from the stretch. Morris didn't play yesterday. Actually, Zamora didn't play yesterday. He takes a breaking ball low. Davidson has yet to throw a strike in this inning, not counting the ball that Norris hit over the left field fence to bring Corpus Christi back within 6 runs. 1-0, and the pitch. And fastball, and that's downstairs, and it's 2-0. Zamora hitting .224 without a homer and 4 RBIs. You get the feeling that this ball game might go on for a while. 2-0. Here's Davidson's pitch. Zamora takes a strike. That was a hittable pitch, and he was forcing Daniel to throw a strike. Davidson, 3 wins, 1 loss, and a 4.05 earned run average. The home run he gave up, the 3rd he's allowed. 2-1 pitch, way in front of it. Zamora fouls it off the tippy top of the bat, and it's 2-2. Runner at first is Saccomanno. There's nobody out. 7-1, Travs lead, bottom of the 3rd. Here's the stretch by Davidson. Just at the belt, now he deals, and Zamora takes just high and tight, and it's 3-2. Borderline pitch, and in all honesty, Banks, yesterday's home plate umpire, probably would have called that a strike. But at least Cooney, I mean, he is being consistent with his strike zone. It's a consistent small strike zone. Runner goes. The pitch. Line drive into shallow left center. Diving is Morris, but that one gets past him. It'll be a single as Murphy backs it up. Runners at first and second base now with nobody out as the Hooks try to rally in the third inning. So the Hooks had a tough time with hard-throwing Tim Bittner in the first 2 innings. Now here in the third, Davidson struggling. Home run by Norris, the walk to Saccomanno, and Junior Zamora hitting only .224. Collects a base hit. Top of the order now, and it's Josh Anderson. It takes a breaking ball, and it misses the inside corner. 1-0 the count. The doctor ordering a double play. Anderson takes a 1-0 strike on the same breaking ball. Called a strike this time. 1-1. Anderson hasn't hit into any double plays this year. Davidson has had 3 of them turned behind him this year. 1-1 the count. Nobody out. Bottom of the third. Here's Davidson's pitch. Fastball right on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-2. A big out could be recorded here. On deck is Eric Riggs. Anderson, a .336 hitter. The pitch. Swing and a miss on the curveball. And that time Davidson gets a big strikeout. For Daniel, strikeout number 19 in 25 and a third innings. As he has allowed 2 base hits, he's now allowed 39 hits. And the ERA at 4.05, just a little bit higher now. Eric Riggs stepping up. Flied out to left field in the first inning. Runner at second, Saccomanno. At first, Zamora. Infield looking for a ground ball. Pitch outside, 1-0. And they get Davidson, who features a much different repertoire of pitches than Tim Bittner. Davidson, the only one of the Travelers starting pitchers that wouldn't be classified as a power arm. Pop-up out of play on the changeup, and it's 1-1. With Davidson, he throws everything but the kitchen sink. Fastballs, changeups, various breaking pitches. A sinker keeps batters off balance when he is on. 1-1, a check at second. Now the pitch, and the fastball is low and in, and it's 2-1. Davidson somehow managed to strand 7 runners in his 5 innings against Corpus Christi in the 4-2 victory on Tuesday. The start before that, he didn't leave many men on base. He gave up 10 hits in 4 2/3 innings, and 4 of those men came around to score. 2 balls, 1 strike to Riggs. And Davidson is ready. He'll check second. He'll pitch. And it's fouled back this way over the press box. Came with a changeup, and it floated right to the outside corner. Good-looking off-speed delivery from Davidson. Davidson replaced Tim Bittner here in the third. A leadoff homer hit by Dax Norris, then a walk to Saccomanno and a single to Zamora. Davidson came back to strike out Anderson. Now he's 2-2 on Riggs. Here's the pitch. Off-speed line, fair down the third base line. Could be extra bases. Saccomanno will score. Zamora to third. They wave him home. Here comes Aybar's cutoff throw from short. It is not in time. It's a 2-run double for Riggs. And we got ourselves a tighter game now, 7-3. The Travs lead is down to 4 runs.
Second baseman number 15, Conrad.
Looked like an off-speed pitch. Davidson came within, and it was right down the middle. And so his rough third inning continues. He's only recorded 1 out. 3 runs have scored, and there's another man at second base. Out to the mound goes Keith Comstock, the Traveler pitching coach, and it looks like we have action in the bullpen. Warming up in the Arkansas bullpen is veteran right-hander Delvin James. James, who had a starting appearance in the doubleheader last Sunday against the San Antonio Missions, hasn't pitched much since then. Actually, his start was on Wednesday against Corpus Christi. And he's only seen time as a starting pitcher in his last 2 outings. So James begins to warm up as Davidson finds himself in a hole here in the third. The 3-hitter Brooks Conrad coming up. Comstock had a few words for him. Now the stretch by Davidson. And a check at second, the pitch. Conrad takes off speed, strike one, outside edge of the black, and it's 0-1. Conrad popped up against Bittner in the first. 3 runs are in as Corpus Christi matches the Travs run total here in the third inning. Travs put up 4 in the second, and that's the difference, the 0-1. Just missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tried to drop that changeup on the corner again. Corpus Christi had a fire lit under them by their pitching coach, Joe Slusarski, who was ejected in the top of the third inning. 1-1 pitch, fastball, and that misses below the knees. It was over the heart of the plate, but just underneath Conrad's knees. 2-1. Two and one to Conrad. It was just sent down from AAA. Big swing and a foul back. He tried to put that ball in the bay. 2-2. Conrad was hitting .239 with the Express. 4 homers and 9 RBIs before the demotion. 2-2 count. The pitch. It is hit high to right field. Shallow fly ball. Reggie Willits in a few steps. He'll make the catch. Holding at second is Riggs, and that is a big second out. The reason Conrad sent down wasn't necessarily because of his lack of production. I'm sure that was a factor, but Chris Burke, who was slated to be the everyday second baseman for the Houston Astros, was demoted as well to AAA. Burke, a Texas League All-Star from a couple of years ago, was thought to be a possible candidate for Rookie of the Year. He was hitting only .222. Now it's Carlos Rodriguez fouling the fastball straight back. Again trying to hit the ball into the base. Strike one. Travelers lead 7-3. We're in the bottom of the third. Boy, this is a different game from yesterday, as we played a 2-hour, 30-minute pitcher's duel with Corpus Christi finishing the win 3-1. 0-1, the pitch to Rodriguez, and it's high and inside, 1-1. Carlos Rodriguez in the second inning bounced out to third base. Over the series, 1 for 5, has only hit a 2-run homer in the first inning yesterday. Davidson with a 1-1 count, sets at the belt. He checks second. He deals. Popped him up. Right in back of second, Callaspo looking up in the sky. Hands out, hands up. He makes the catch. And that'll end the third inning as Davidson staves off a larger rally, but Corpus Christi puts up 3 runs in the third inning on 3 base hits. No errors, 1 man stranded. 3 innings in the books. A rather wild game so far. Travs 7, Hooks 3. Now these words on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
It stinks in here.
Passing gas in the company of others is not only taboo, it can be deadly.
I'm gagging.
Passing gas releases a plume of toxic vapors like ammonia and hydrogen cyanide.
Oh, you're killing us over here.
Daddy, you promised you'd smoke outside.
You're right, Pumpkin. Excuse me.
If you smoke, take it outside. Don't pass gas. A message from the American Legacy Foundation and the Ad Council. Get the facts at don'tpassgas.org.
Anybody ever say to you, look like somebody's got a case of the Mondays? What are the Mondays? Are you supposed to be glum and depressed just because the work week started? What a bunch of baloney. Here at Ray Winder Field, we're going to turn Mondays into something you can look forward to. That's because the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette presents Democrat Gazette Mondays here at Ray Winder Field. Every Monday the Travs are home, you just pick up a copy of the Democrat Gazette, and there'll be a discount coupon right in the sports section, good for $3 admission. See, Mondays aren't so bad, at least not during the baseball season. So the next time someone tells you about a bad case of the Mondays, grab 2 quarters, get the Democrat Gazette, and show them that the Mondays are a good thing to get. It's a $3 coupon every Monday, brought to you by the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette.
Top of the 4th, number 2 hitter Alberto Callaspo leads off against the reliever Scott MacRae. And he'll chop the first pitch down the line at first. A stab of the ball by Saccomanno. Look what he found. He steps on the base, and there is one away. Travs put up 3 runs on 4 hits in the 3rd inning, and also saw the Corpus Christi pitching coach Joe Slusarski ejected. I've been informed in between innings that this same home plate umpire, Cooney, 3 days ago, ejected Dave Clark, the Corpus Christi manager, for arguing balls and strikes. So they've got some history with this plate umpire. Aybar takes a strike as he squares around. 0-1. We'll check some scores around the Texas League on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Travs have a chance to pick up a game and a half today. If they win today, coupled with a sweep of the Drillers in a doubleheader. Aybar swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Aybar is 0 for 2. He is lined out to left and bounced out to third. 0-2 pitch in the dirt as a drop curveball missed. Ball 1. Tulsa is currently losing 9-7 in the first game of that doubleheader. The Drillers had themselves a 7-0 lead after 2 innings. Midland has scored 9 unanswered. Pitch, ground ball to the second baseman, Conrad, and a routine 4-3 put out at first base, and there's 2 away. Aybar is 0 for 3. Now we get to the part of the order that has been producing. 4-hitter Gates has singled and scored. The 5-hitter Murphy tripled, knocked one home, and has scored 2 runs. Napoli hit the 2-run homer. Basically, everybody from the 4-hitter on down has had at least 1 base hit. So Gates steps up with the bases empty and 2 outs. Finish off those scores. Springfield leading 6-4 at San Antonio in the top of the 4th. And Wichita, in the only pitcher's duel of the day, is leading 1-0 over Frisco in the top of the 6th. Pitch to Gates, low, ball 1. Gates flied to left field in the 2nd. He began the 3rd inning with a ground ball base hit to left and later scored on the triple by Murphy. 1-0 pitch, and again in the dirt, 2-0. Total so far, Travs 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Corpus Christi 3-3-0. Starting pitcher Hirsh is gone. MacRae in his 2nd inning now. 2-0, big swing and a miss. Now it's 2-1. Breaking ball down and away, and Gates was swinging at something that wasn't there. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Gator. And that's downstairs. Back to that drop curve that MacRae is throwing. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch. Fastball, and Gates looks at a strike. Not right in his wheelhouse, but hittable. 3-2. And the payoff. Swing and a miss. The splitter strikes Gates out. And for the first time since the 1st inning, Travs go down in order, failing to score a run. 7-3 Arkansas leads as we go to the bottom of the 4th on the CSN Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network.
has always given you and your family the best choices in great food. Many of you are now watching those carbs, and although the Pig and Chick menu has always offered great low-carb items, there's now a special low-carb menu featuring items with the same great taste Pig and Chick is famous for. Of course, you'll still find those great Pig and Chick ribs, barbecue sandwiches, catfish, gourmet sandwiches, chicken, steaks, and more. Bring the whole family for a relaxing dinner. In a hurry, get it to go. Pig and Chick, 7824 Highway 107 in Sherwood. Open 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
I never wanted a Coke so bad in my life. Like the time I went on a shop till you drop-a-thon with my girlfriend. So there I am pinballing from store to store across the vast expanse of this mega mall, forced to give my opinion on her clothing choices, which she promptly ignored. I think it was from all the, yeah, that looks straight, honey, but I was parched. Only one thing was going to unparch me. A Coke. I would have cried, but I couldn't spare the fluid. So next time I go shopping, it'll be online. Coca-Cola. Make it real.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope.
Back to action in the bottom of the fourth inning. It is a 4-run cushion for the Arkansas Travelers, 7-3. So far, that initial 7-0 lead has stood so far. So Corpus Christi put up 3 runs in the bottom of the third, and now they send Hector Gimenez to lead off the fourth against Davidson. I'm Phil Elson, and you're tuned to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the Creative Sports Radio Network. Tomorrow night, the third game of the series, starting at 7:05. Stephen Shell will take the mound for the Travs. He pitched a very strong 6 innings against San Antonio in the opening game of this road trip. Gimenez will step in from the right side against Davidson, and the southpaw deals. Gimenez takes a floater at least 2 feet outside. Ball 1. Major League Scoreboard is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline for the Arkansas Travelers. The 1-0 pitch to Gimenez is flied into the gap in right center field. It is read by Willits, and he is there to put it away, and there's 1 gone. Houston Astros and Florida Marlins. 2-1 Houston in the bottom of the 8th inning. A.J. Burnett and Roger Clemens going at each other. Burnett struck out 9 batters in 7 innings, but also gave up 2 runs. There's a scout from the Marlins here at Whataburger Field today, and he had been in contact with some people at Dolphin Stadium during that game. He said that Burnett was clocked at 100 miles an hour in the first inning. Goodness. Mike Rodriguez steps up. He grounded out to the mound in the second. Davidson throws a sweeping breaking ball, and it just misses inside. Ball 1. The other scores. Cincinnati's 4-run first is standing now 5-1 over San Diego, top of the 8th. Philadelphia and Milwaukee tied at 2 in the top of the 6th. A pitch for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1 from Davidson to Mike Rodriguez, a lefty against lefty spot. Mets 4, Cubbies nothing, top of the 2nd at Wrigley. Piazza and Matsui have hit home runs. A slider in the dirt skips away, and it's 2-1. Dodgers trail the Cardinals 1-0. Albert Pujols has hit his 8th home run. That game in the bottom of the 4th. And Colorado leads Atlanta 4-2 in the top of the 2nd inning. 2 late games in the National League out west. Pitch low, 3-1 from Davidson to Rodriguez. Nationals and Diamondbacks tonight. Livan Hernandez and Brandon Webb, a couple pitchers starting out with 4 wins. 3-1 pitch, big swing and a miss as the changeup floated inside. Rodriguez whips on it. It's 3-2. Pirates visit the Giants later today. And it's Mark Redmond for Pittsburgh, Brett Tomko for San Francisco. Get to the American League scores in a minute. Payoff pitch on the way from Daniel Davidson. And it's fouled off of the glove of Napoli. It looked like it might have clipped Mike on his throwing hand. He was flexing that right hand. Appears to be okay, but I'm sure it's going to sting him quite a bit. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the 6-hitter Mike Rodriguez. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, and the Travs leading by 4 runs. Davidson into the glove now. He's retired 3 in a row. The pitch. And it is grounded outside first. It is a foul ball. Seattle and the Yankees tied at 3. Middle of the 8th at Yankee Stadium. Home runs by Tino Martinez and Adrian Beltre. Minnesota trails Baltimore 3-0. 10 hits for the O's, only 3 hits for Minnesota. Miguel Tejada has hit his 10th home run. Here's another 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. And Rodriguez frozen right at home plate like a popsicle. Big breaking ball. I think that's the best pitch Davidson has thrown today. As he strikes out his second batter, and he seems to have gotten away from the jitters that he entered the third inning with when he gave up 3 runs before the second out of the third inning. Now he's set down 4 in a row. Dax Norris greeted Davidson with a home run to start the third, and here's Davidson with 2 outs facing Norris, and he gets in the swing and miss at a changeup, strike 1. Rest of the scores in the AL, Boston on the strength of a 5-run fourth, leading Oakland 6-3, 7th inning at Fenway Park. 0-1 pitch to Norris, popped him up on the infield. Now I'm back at second base. Callaspo, the second baseman, makes the call, and he's got it. And Daniel Davidson puts down the hooks 1-2-3 in the 4th inning. A very nice job, as it looks like Daniel Davidson has come back. 4 innings in the books. Travs lead it 7-3. This is the CSN Arkansas Traveler Baseball Network.
And Bill Valentine here with a question. When was the last time you saw the Travs turn to triple play? That's right, I can't remember either. So this year we're going to celebrate if the Travs manage to turn that trick. $100,000 to one fan if the Travs complete a triple play during the 6th inning of a home game. You got to be 18 to enter with a valid driver's license, and you must be present to win. It's a Travelers' $100,000 triple play giveaway all season long here at Ray Winder Field.
Nobody said quitting smoking was easy, but others have done it, and you can too, with help from the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the help you need to kick the tobacco habit. It's free, and it's free of nagging and preaching too. So call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and get the help you need. What have you got to lose, besides the most dangerous habit you've ever had? 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call now.
The score after 4 innings is 7-3 Arkansas Travelers over the Corpus Christi Hooks. Travs put up 4 runs in the 2nd inning. Mike Napoli drove in a couple with his 2nd home run of the year, and good to see Napoli respond after being dropped in the order 2 spots. Bases loaded walk to Reggie Willits, and Alberto Callaspo sac fly capped that inning. Then the Travs got up 7-0 after the top of the 3rd. Murphy tripled home Gates. Murphy scored on a sacrifice fly by Greg Porter as he barely beat the tag at home. And then Chris Morris tripled home Mike Elworth. And then Corpus Christi put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning, but each team went down in order in the 4th. So in the 5th, it's Murphy leading off against Scott MacRae, Mike Napoli and Greg Porter to follow. Only 2 more games left on this road trip. 7:05 first pitch tomorrow, a special 12:05 first pitch in the afternoon on Wednesday. And then it'll be at least a 14-hour ride back to Little Rock. Probably get in about 3, 4 in the morning on Thursday. And then start off the series in a battle for first place against the Drillers, a 5-game set beginning on Friday. Murphy starts the 5th inning by taking a strike on the outside corner. Scott MacRae has set down 4 in a row since Morris greeted him with a triple in the 3rd. Pitch to Murphy, and it's a ground ball. First baseman Saccomanno went after it. He misses the ball, and Murphy's going to be safe at first. The ball was knocked down by the second baseman, Conrad, very deep in the hole. It got about 5 feet to the outfield. So it is going to be scored as an infield single for Tommy Murphy. And Tommy is now 2 for 2 with a 2-run scored and the triple, which knocked a run home. And Murphy's starting to come out of a bit of a slump, now with 4 base hits in 2 ball games. He had been 2 for 17 until yesterday. That is the 9th base hit for the Travs. And Mike Napoli had the first hit. A 2-run blast way out of the ballpark in left field in the 2nd inning. And now he faces MacRae, who tosses over to first, which is not in time. Got a couple other scores to get to in the American League quickly. Toronto over Kansas City, 6-1 after 7 innings. Bottom of the 7th in Tampa Bay, 3-2 Devil Rays over the White Sox. A fastball high to Napoli, ball 1. Texas and Detroit have played 5.5 scoreless innings. Angels host the Indians. Later today, John Lackey takes the mound. He's 3-1, 4.73 earned run average. Kevin Millwood still looking for his first win with the Tribe. Stretch by MacRae, pitch to Napoli, and it's low, went with a split finger. 2 balls, no strikes. Napoli 1 for 2, that homer in the second. His second home run of the year. Now, he had grounded out in the third. Napoli had knocked in only 2 runs in 16 previous games and then matches that total with the home run. Pitch, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pretty loud crowd at Whataburger Field, especially on just the first strike of this at-bat. I don't know if they have a beer batted promotion here. I don't think they do. A lot of ballparks, the fans cheer louder when they think they might get a chance for cheap beer. 2-1, the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. The hook's infield at double play depth with nobody out. Murphy, good speed. Had a stolen base in the second inning. Now the 2-2 pitch. Murphy is running. It is low. Here's the throw. Murphy safe at second base. His second steal of the night. And he beat the throw, no doubt about it. It was a pretty good throw by Norris, right on the money, but Murphy got just enough of a break to steal his 7th of the year. So the count is full now on Napoli, and the Travs have a very nice opportunity in the 5th inning to jump back in front by 5, possibly 6. Norris and MacRae go over the signs for a minute. And now MacRae, who has given up 4 runs in 4 innings, but only 1 of them earned, works with a 3-2 pitch. Napoli swings and misses at the slider. Strike 3. Nice tight breaking ball as MacRae gets the first out of the inning. Very important out for the reliever. MacRae at 6'3", 205 pounds, out of Dearborn, Michigan. Replacing the starter Hirsh after just 2 2/3 innings, one of the shortest starts of the season by a Corpus Christi pitcher. Greg Porter, a little bit early on the swing, fouls it back, strike 1. Porter has been productive for the last 2 weeks. Even when he had his hit streak ended 13 games yesterday, he still knocked a run home. Fake pickoff, moved to second, no throw. Murphy scrambles back in. Porter today singled and scored in the second, and a sac fly in the third, and here's a line drive to shallow center. Anderson makes the catch. Murphy's off of second, and he hustles back in there. A very well-stroked ball by Porter, but lines out to Anderson in center field. 2 outs, and Mike Elward coming up next. MacRae, a veteran, 30 years old. Originally a draftee by the Cincinnati Reds in 1995. And 2005 is his first year away from Cincinnati. It's a long time to play with one organization. Did get up to the major leagues partially in 2001. Elward takes a ball down low, 1-0. Singles for Elward in the second and third. He has scored twice. And a big duck on the pond sitting at second base. Tommy Murphy had a leadoff single, stole second. And Napoli strikes out and Porter lines to center. The stretch and the pitch to Elward. And that's a split finger downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Seven to 3 Arkansas here at the top of the 5th, trying to end a 4-game losing streak. Elward takes ball 3 on a fastball that's high, 3-0. To Elward. Morris is on deck, and he's 2 for 2. The pitch, and he takes it a strike. Not where Elward likes it. It was right on the outside corner. 3-1 to the Traveler first baseman. 9 hits already for the Travelers. The 3-1 swung. Shallow center field fly ball and in for a base hit. Murphy rounds third. He scores with no throw, and Mike Elward is 3 for 3. He knocks in the 8th run of the ball game. Elward 3 hits. Murphy scoring 3 runs. The bottom of the order is killing Corpus Christi today. 8-3 Travs in front. Now Morris looks for his 3rd hit. And an infield single off the pitcher's glove in the 2nd. He tripled to greet MacRae after he came on relieving Hirsh in the 3rd. First pitch, swing and a miss. Eight runs for the Travs. Their highest run total since April 25th. They put up 10 runs on Wichita. 0-1 the count on Chris Morris. Elward takes a very short lead at first. And the pitch is fouled away. A fly ball to the parking lot over third base. And it's 0-2. Travs have been playing some pretty low-scoring games recently, at least on their end of it. Even in their victories, 4-2, 4-2, 2-0. A couple of wins scoring 6 runs, but hadn't been up to 8 runs for a couple of weeks. Ball in the dirt. Here comes Elward trying for second. He is gunned at second base. That delayed steal does not work. So Elward is caught stealing, but his RBI single puts the Travs back in front by a 5-run cushion. 8-3 Arkansas. They put up 1 run on 2 hits in the 5th. Again, 8-3 Travs lead. Bottom of the 5th coming up after this on the CSN Travs Radio Network.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Come in today for the spicy taste of Sonic's new Cajun chicken sandwich. A tender grilled chicken breast topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, pepper jack cheese, and ranch dressing. Then seasoned with Sonic's savory blackened sauce. It's a little bit of New Orleans flavor served up hot and fast the way only Sonic can do it. But only for a limited time at participating Sonic drive-ins. The new Cajun chicken sandwich. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Brewery, can I help you?
Hi. I just bought a 6-pack of your beer, and I think there's something missing in it. There's no taste in the beer.
There's no taste?
I was hoping maybe somebody in shipping could send me flavor. Like, I'm not trying... all I want is flavor.
Sure, there's no flavor.
Is there, like, a flavor distribution center in my neighborhood? I'll pick it up.
No, there's no center.
I'll tell you what. I got some Miller Lights here. That'll do the trick. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a good day.
If you're going to choose on taste, choose the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Get out today and hit the links. Stone Lakes. Stone Lakes Golf Course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tees. Stone Lakes has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Lakes features reasonable green speeds and 18 lake-style holes located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes or visit online at stonelakes.net.
We are back at Whataburger Field halfway through tonight's ball game at Corpus Christi's brand new ballpark. Travs in front 8-3 with Daniel Davidson now working to Mark Saccomanno, the 8-hitter. It takes a first pitch low for a ball. Davidson looked like he might not make it out of the 3rd inning, which was his first inning as he replaced Bittner. But he has retired 5 straight since a 2-run double by Eric Riggs in the 3rd. Saccomanno took a walk in the 3rd and scored, and takes a pitch outside from Davidson here, 2-0. On deck, Zamora, then Anderson. 1 walk, 2 hits against Davidson. 2-0 pitch hit high and deep. Left center field. Streaking back Murphy at the warning track. And just with enough room to make the catch. That is out number 1. Saccomanno with an uppercut swing on a fastball which was underneath his knees and got underneath it by just a little bit too much. 1 away. And it brings up former Travs Junior Zamora. Junior seems pretty happy in his second year with the Astros. I think he's reached his ceiling as a player. He's basically a double-A corner infielder who's going to give you a few hits now and then. Pitch for a strike to Zamora, 0-1. Zamora singled and scored in the third. His average is hovering around 230 now. And the 0-1 pitch is in there again. Strike 2 called to the right-handed hitter. Junior played with the Travs part of 0-1 and most of 0-3. Went to the Express last year. 0-2 pitch to Zamora. And a swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. Rolls slightly away from Napoli, but Junior's not even going to run. He is tagged out by Napoli, and there's 2 gone. Strikeout number 3 for Davidson, and he's now retired 7 men in a row. So much more comfortable now as Davidson. It's good to see that because Delvin James was warming up in the third inning as it looked like Davidson might not make it out. And now at the top of the order, Josh Anderson, who's 0 for 2. Shows bunt, and bunts it foul behind the plate. It's a strike. Anderson in the first inning grounded out 6-3. In the third inning, Davidson struck him out on a curveball. Anderson in this ball game on a 7-game hitting streak. And it would seem that it's pretty difficult to keep him off the bases with his good speed and apparently not shy to try to bunt the ball. But virtually no power at all. 0-1 the pitch. Slider away from the left-handed hitter, 1-1. 8-10-0 for the Travs, 3-3-0 for the Hooks. Here's Davidson's 1-1 pitch. And again, a breaking ball very far outside. 2-1. Infield gives a lot of room up the middle. Third baseman Porter is in just a step. Anderson swings and a hard ground ball to Elwood at first. He goes between his legs to field it and runs to the base himself. Unassisted put out. Davidson has now retired 8 in a row as he retires Corpus Christi in a row here in the 5th. As we have played 5 innings at Whataburger Field, it's the Travelers 8 and the Hooks 3. Now these words on CSN from Settle Office Products.
When it comes to a full line of office products, the name is Settle Office Products, 4412 MacArthur Drive in North Little Rock. They've been in business on MacArthur Drive for 23 years. They give free delivery anywhere in Central Arkansas. They have office furniture, office supplies, scratch and dent furniture, and they're family owned and operated. Give them a call today at 758-1050 or see them on the website at www.settleofficepro.com. Dreams makes the best reality. And the reality is that the Honda Ridgeline is here at Bale Honda, 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. It's tough as nails and rugged from top to bottom. The all-new 2006 Honda Ridgeline features a rigid closed box frame with unit body construction and fully independent suspension for confident handling. The Honda Ridgeline with full features. Come see it today and drive it away tonight at Bale Honda, 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. Bale Honda, making your life's drive a little bit smoother. Why do people statewide across the state of Arkansas like CSN? Here's Gary Coates, General Manager and owner of affiliate KBJT in Fordyce.
Well, I like it because it's Arkansas-oriented. You know, the things that that CSN carries are always, from within the state, and for the most part, and it's a real big help to our broadcast schedule.
CSN now in her 27th year.
It's Arkansas Traveler Baseball, and it's brought to you by the ice-cold, crisp taste of Miller Lite. Always a good call. Miller Lite is available at Raywinder Field, all 140 games over the next 2 seasons. 70 home games this year. Travs 8, Corpus Christi 3. We are now in the top of the 6th inning. Leading off is Chris Morris. Shows bunt, takes a ball low. Back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work is Scott MacRae. A right-hander with a 1-0 pitch. And Morris bounces it slowly. Second baseman Conrad charging in. And this time he retires Conrad 4-3. Morris beat out Conrad's throw in the second inning, but this time he's retired. So there's one away in the sixth, bringing up Reggie Willits.
Right fielder, Reggie Willits.
Here comes Willits. Reggie figuring in today with a bases-loaded walk in the second inning. Besides that, a strikeout in the first, and a third inning bounce out 5-3. Zamora charging in now as Reggie squares and takes strike one. Now, a little confused right now. I thought Tulsa and Midland were playing a doubleheader at Driller Stadium today. Now, the scoreboard had a really goofy-looking score. Pitch low to Willits, 1-1. Of course, we played 7-inning games in the minors in doubleheaders, and they had the first game going into the 8th inning, but it hasn't. It is a final score. Midland wins 9-7. Willits a foul ball straight back. So even if the Drillers come back and win the second game of that doubleheader, and the Travs win this one, they'll still pick up half a game in the standings. Currently 2.5 behind Tulsa. If everything goes according to plan today, the Travs will be just one game out. Here's the 1-2 to Willits. MacRae's pitch down and in, 2-2. Other scores in the league: Springfield 6, San Antonio 5. That game in the top of the 6th inning. Willits takes ball 3 on that splitter, low and in, 3-2. Estrada has homered for Springfield. Espy for San Antonio, his 4th. Midland got 2 homers from Jason Perry, a couple of 2-run shots. Reggie a chopper to second. Charging Conrad plays it off to the side and picks it up, flips it. Willits is out, number 2. Both ground outs to the second baseman. Frisco has tied the game against Wichita with a run on the top of the 7th, so it's 1-1 in the bottom of the 7th at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The Wranglers have won 2 straight. And Frisco has lost 4 in a row. The defending Texas League champions are 10-20. A strike called to Alberto Callaspo. 0-1 on a fastball just above the knees. Alberto will fly out to center in the first, sac fly in the second, and a ground out in the 4th. And here he lines to the second baseman Conrad, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. Travs lead remains 8-3 through 5.5 innings. Back for the bottom of the 6th after this on the CSN Travelers Radio Network.
Only Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville offers a 3,000-mile warranty on every used vehicle. Fact. Only Gwatney Chevrolet puts a brand new set of tires on every used vehicle. Fact. Only Gwatney Chevrolet puts a bed liner in every used truck. Fact. Only Gwatney Chevrolet offers a certificate of assurance that every used vehicle is good enough for a mom to drive. Fact. Only at Gwatney Chevrolet will you get the new car smell without the new car price. Fact. Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville is the only place to shop for new and used.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've got a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
The score remains 8-3. Arkansas ahead of Corpus Christi. Bottom of the 6th inning about to start off as Daniel Davidson has retired a string of 8 consecutive Corpus Christi hitters. Ever since Eric Riggs cracked a 2-run double in the 3rd inning And Riggs will lead off the 6th. Davidson so far 3 innings, 3 runs all earned. He has allowed 3 base hits, struck out 3. So 3's been the number so far for Daniel. Waiting for the dizzy bat race to finally finish. And it finally does. Here's Riggs, the double and a fly out to left field. He's 1 for 2. Davidson starts him with a changeup, and Riggs swings and misses way over top of it. And the count is 0-1. When Davidson is on, it's fun to watch him pitch because he doesn't throw hard and throws a variety of different speeds. Fastball missed inside now, and it's a 1-1 count. Rather eventful first 3 innings. The middle 3 hasn't seen all that much, just 1 run by the Travs coming in the 5th. Pitch inside again to Riggs. It's 2-1. A lot of the fireworks due to, I'd say, a little animosity between the Corpus Christi coaching staff and the plate umpire, Brandon Cooney. Curveball low to Riggs, and it's a 3-1 count. Corpus Christi's pitching coach, Joe Slusarski, was ejected in the 3rd inning for arguing balls and strikes from the dugout. 3-1 pitch is low and away, and a ball 4, a leadoff walk to Erick Riggs here in the 6th. Davidson had set down 8 in a row.
Second baseman Brooks Conrad.
Now Brooks Conrad will step up next. In his first game back at Double-A after a demotion, the Astros today also released Gavin Wright. Conrad 0 for 2. Throw over to first base, and back in standing up is Erick Riggs. Stations will give you time to get your station identification in sometime during this at-bat or right after. Here's the stretch by Daniel. He kicks and delivers to the plate, and it's popped up to shallow left field. Morris comes in about 5 steps and will make the catch for out number 1. So we pause 10 seconds for station identification. From Whataburger Field in Corpus Christi, Texas, this is the Creative Sports Radio Network, your home for Arkansas Traveler Baseball.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fish and tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into Yellow Book, not the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover. And join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Let your fingers walk into Yellow Book, not the other book.
Hey, imagine the following. You and the family are sitting at Ray Winder Field, top of the 6th inning. Tulsa has 2 on, nobody out. A line drive to the shortstop. Diving catch. Tags the runner. Throws to second. Hey, it's an amazing triple play. You just won $100,000. That's right. If the Travelers turn a triple play in the 6th inning of a home game this year, one fan wins $100,000 grand. Traz triple play contest all season long. 18 and older with a valid driver's license must be present to win.
Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Park Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
Back here in the 6th inning, there's 2 outs. There's a runner on first base for Corpus Christi. A 1-2 count on Hector Gimenez. The Travs lead is 8-3. Daniel Davidson has retired 10 of 11 hitters, working now to Gimenez with a 1-2 pitch. And it is low and inside, very close, 2-2. Travs got in front with 4 in the second, put up 3 in the third. Corpus Christi answered with 3 runs of their own in the bottom of the third. And the Travs scored 1 more in the 5th. That's where we stand now. 8-3 Arkansas. Travs looking to end a 4-game losing streak. A 2-2 pitch from Davidson. Swing and a miss. Gimenez strikes out. And Davidson is now retired 11 of 12 as the Travs take the lead 8-3 into the 7th inning at Corpus Christi. This is the CSN Arkansas Traveler Baseball Network.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the book, not the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the Yellow Directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Walk into Yellow Book, not the other book.
Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Park Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
Hey, imagine the following. You and the family are sitting at Ray Winder Field, top of the 6th inning. Tulsa has 2 on, nobody out. A line drive to the shortstop, diving catch, tags the runner, throws to second. Hey, it's an amazing triple play. You just won $100,000. That's right. If the Travelers turn a triple play in the 6th inning of a home game this year, one fan wins $100,000 grand. Traz triple play contest all season long. 18 and older with a valid driver's license must be present to win.
Back to action in the top of the 7th inning at Corpus Christi. Arkansas leading 8-3 with a new pitcher on for the Hooks. Kevin Hodge takes over in the 7th, replacing the reliever Scott MacRae, who went 3 1/3 innings, giving up a run on 3 hits. Alberto Callaspo leads off for the Travs, and he will take a first pitch strike from Hodge, 0-1. Aybar, 0 for 3. He's lined out to left, grounded out 2 times. Hodge makes his 10th appearance. He delivers, and Aybar grounds it foul just outside first base. 0-2 now the count on the Travelers shortstop. Record for Hodge, 1-3. Recently demoted out of the closer spot. He had 2 saves in his first 4 games. but he's blown a couple of saves since then and has been replaced as the closer by Highland Figueroa, who saved yesterday's Corpus Christi win. Now into middle relief, the 0-2 to Aybar. And a foul ball out of play on the left side. Still 0-2. Corpus Christi starting pitcher Jason Hirsh went 2 2/3 innings. He allowed 7 runs on 7 hits. MacRae, 3 1/3, 3 hits, 1 run. Hodge to take it from here, the 0-2. Aybar fouls it back. Big swings by Aybar, and I don't mean big swings as if he's trying to hit home runs, but it just seems to have a little bit of a long swing sometimes. You can see why Aybar led the minor leagues in hits last year. It's because of his speed. He has a lot of infield singles. 0-2 pitch again. And that's a ground ball, hard of the first baseman. Saccomanno plays it, steps on first, and Aybar is 0 for 4. Aybar has collected 9 infield singles, more than any other Traveler by 4. And now it is David Gates coming up. Gates 0 for 2 with a single and a run. 1 for 3 with a single and a run. First pitch to Gates, a slider for a strike on the outside corner. Hodge pitches from the stretch with nobody on base. The outfield a little deeper now. Gates swings and misses. Hard fastball, hard swing. 0-2. Hodge just came with a big, meaty fastball at about 92. Now a kick and an 0-2 pitch. And swing and a miss. Gates strikes out on 3 pitches. 91 on the radar gun. Finally, out of Florida, the Marlins fall to the Astros 2-1. Roger Clemens finally gets that elusive 330th win. He defeats A.J. Burnett. Clemens, 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, 4 hits. He did not allow a run. He's 2-1 this year. His ERA down to 1.10, and he only has 2 wins. Burnett pitched well, struck out 9 in 7 innings. Gave up a couple of runs. A strike to Murphy on the outside corner. We'll go through the rest of the finals next inning on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Murphy trying to reach base for the 4th time. He's been hit by a pitch. He's tripled. He's singled, scored 3 runs, and knocked another one in. And here's a line drive rising to right field. Back Rodriguez, and he makes the catch. A very well hit ball hung up in the wind. And the last 6 Trav batters have gone down in order. As we go into the 7th inning stretch in Corpus Christi, it's the Arkansas Travelers 8 and the Corpus Christi Hooks 3. This is Arkansas Traveler Baseball on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
For over 30 years, Jim Elder set the standard for broadcasting Trav baseball. Even though he passed away in 1998, Jim Elder will always be the true voice of the Arkansas Travelers.
Marvin Webb, one of the utility men, is coaching at first base. Rogers, the manager, at third. The pitch. There's a drive to left field. Hit pretty good. Lentine going back. He looks up. That ball is over the fence. A home run.
In his memory, the Jim Elder Good Sports Fund was started to have kids learn important life values through sports. For the 5th year in a row, the fund will present 3 Sunday afternoon kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers at Ray Winder Field. All kids 18 and under are welcome to take instruction from the Trav players and coaches. The first clinic will be on Sunday, May the 15th at 12:45 just before the Travs play Tulsa. For more information, go to www.jimelder.org.
It's time for a reintroduction to one of your close friends. A friend who supported you through many a spring or summer night over the years, and you never have to go searching for him. He's always in the same spot along the third base line. Baseball fans, reintroducing the Ray Winder Field Bleachers. The Bleachers are the place to gather with your other friends to catch exciting Arkansas Travelers baseball. And at just $6 a ticket, there's no place friendlier. Call the Travs at 664-1555 or visit Travs.com.
Traveler baseball moves into the bottom of the 7th inning after the good old 7th inning stretch/hoedown at Whataburger Field, one of the traditions they have taken from Round Rock over here to Corpus Christi. 8-3 Travs lead Corpus Christi in the bottom of the 7th. Daniel Davidson is back on the mound, facing the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Mike Rodriguez leads off. He shows bunt and a pitch in the dirt for a ball. Davidson has actually pitched a pretty good game, though his numbers don't say it. He's gone 4 innings, giving up 3 runs and 3 hits, but he has retired 11 of 12. Rodriguez is 0 for 2. The left-handed hitter takes another ball, that one missing low, 2-0. Corners up a little bit. Rodriguez, good speed. 2-0 pitch on the way. Swinging a bouncing ball to the second baseman. Callaspo plays it on the second hop, charging in, throws to first. And there's one away. Rodriguez now 0 for 3 after he was a big hero in yesterday's Corpus Christi win with a couple of hits, an RBI, and a run scored. Now Dax Norris steps up to the plate. Led off the third with a home run and popped out to second in the 4th. Davidson's first pitch popped back this way. That might have a chance to get into the seats, and it does. Takes a big bounce off one of the chairs, and a fan almost dove for the ball, making the catch. One hopped him. One out here in the 7th. Davidson is now retired 4 in a row and 12 of 13. Davidson in good form today. He must not have been very warmed up, I guess, in the 3rd inning as the first 3 men he faced reached, and Norris took him deep. 0-1. Swing and a miss. He's got that changeup working now, and it's 0-2. There is a little action in the Arkansas bullpen. Matt Wilhite is loosening up. 0-2 pitch on the way. High fastball, 1-2. Davidson getting in some work here. Working here in his 5th inning. Hasn't gone more than 6 innings this year. 1-2 pitch. And low and inside, a fastball. Below the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's a 2-2 count with 1 away. Davidson, left-handed, delivers. Tried the outside corner. He just missed it. And after going 0-2, it's a full count on Norris. Hands over the head, the kick, and the payoff pitch. Swinging a hot shot to short. A stop from his knees. Aybar gets up. He flips across and gets the out. Pretty well hit ground ball about 4 steps to Aybar's right. Instead of diving for it, he kind of went down to a knee to field it, and realizing that it was Norris, a catcher, running, instead of firing as hard as he could, he flipped it to first base and still got Norris by a couple of steps. 2 outs in the 7th, 5 in a row retired by Davidson. 13 of 14. The 8-hitter Saccomanno hits a comebacker. Nice stab by Davidson. Flips to first underhanded, and a perfect inning for Daniel Davidson. 14 of 15 retired by Davidson. We've played 7 at Whataburger Field. It's the Travs 8, the Hooks 3. Now these words on CSN from the Air Force.
The Air Force is the only branch of service with its own community college. It's called the Community College of the Air Force, and it makes a difference. You see, in the Air Force, you earn college credit for learning your job. You can earn an associate's degree in one of 66 career fields. Your job experience goes farther in the Air Force. For more information, call 1-800-423-USAF or log on at airforce.com. Cross into the blue with the U.S. Air Force. No one comes close.
On September the 19th, 1920, the Texas League Southern Association Playoff Series. The Arkansas Travelers played Fort Worth of the Texas League in Game 1 of the best of a 7-game series. Fort Worth scored a run in the bottom of the second, and Arkansas scored 2 runs in the third to take a 2-1 lead going into the 8th inning. The first miscue for Arkansas was in the 8th when John Henry Robinson and Tony Brodom guessed that a fastball down the middle would catch Fort Worth's Ed Haley sleeping. But Haley swung away and hit it on the nose for a 2-base hit that hammered home to run the time to score 2-all. Robert O'Brien then was the batter. He stroked the first pitch to center for a run-scoring single to score Haley from second. Fort Worth took a 3-2 lead going into the ninth. On every pitch while Arkansas was batting, 10,000 fans in Fort Worth were going delirious. Harry Harper opened the ninth with a slashing double. He went to third on a pickoff attempt to second. Bing Miller, the Travs clutch hitter, popped to second. The batter was Bill Waino. On the first pitch, a squeeze play was on. Harper came in from third. Waino missed the sign, and Harper was tagged out, and the Travers lost the game 3-2. The winning pitcher for Fort Worth in the playoffs was Whitaker, 1-0, and Roger Robinson was 0-1, the loser for the Travs. Ed Haley of Fort Worth had the only home run of the game, his first of the playoffs. With Arkansas losing their first playoff game in Traveler history, this game became known as Waino's Boner. And that's tonight's great moment in Arkansas Traveler baseball history.
Seven innings complete at the Big Burger in Corpus Christi. The totals, Travs 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Corpus Christi, 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Leading off for Arkansas here in the 8th inning, Mike Napoli. A foul ball in the first pitch out of play. Kevin Hodge returns to the mound. It's his second inning of work. The last 6 Trav batters have gone down in order. Napoli 1 for 3. That one, a big one. 2-run homer in the second inning. And here another foul ball as he gets underneath the breaking pitch and pops it into the first base seats. And the count is 0-2. And home run of the second inning was just the third base hit for Napoli in his last 7 games. Counting that home run, he's 3 for his last 26. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. Strikes him out for the second time. So there's one out. Check out some scores around the major leagues. The finals coming in from Yankee Stadium. Yankees win 4-3 over Seattle. Randy Johnson got the win. He's 3-2. Mo Rivera saves his 4th. It's the Yankees' first 3-game win streak this year. Baltimore blanks Minnesota 3-0 on 3 hits. Daniel Cabrera the winner, 2-2. B.J. Ryan saves his 8th. Tejada home run number 10. Here's Porter with a foul ball off his right foot. Ouch. Does not go down. He stays up. He's okay. Tampa Bay defeats the White Sox 4-2. Carter the winner. Garcia the loser. Blue Jays beat KC 6-1. Josh Towers a strong 8-inning start. He's 4-1. Brunelvis Hernandez the loser 1-5. 0-1. The pitch to Porter. Fastball low and in. Porter is 1 for 2. He had an RBI in the 3rd inning with a sac fly. Singled and scored in the 2nd. Lined out to center in the 5th. He's been on the ball pretty well. Hodge kicks and deals the 1-1. And Porter grounds it to second. Conrad, and a routine flip to first, retires him. And there's 2 gone. In progress right now in the majors. 5-5. Reds and Padres tied. The Reds gave up 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning as San Diego came back. Philadelphia leads Milwaukee 3-2. 3 solo homers for the Phils. Mets over the Cubs 4-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. It's been that way for a while. Must be a rain delay. And the Cardinals lead the Dodgers 4-1. 2 homers by Pujols. They're in the 7th. Here's Elward. He's 3 for 3. And a swing and a fly ball to right field. And Rodriguez coming in now makes the catch. First time today that Elward is retired as the Travs have had their last 9 hitters go down in order. But it's still a pretty comfortable lead. 8-3 Arkansas in front. Bottom of the 8th coming up on the CSN, Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network.
I never wanted a Coke so bad in my life. Like the time I went on a shop till you drop-a-thon with my girlfriend. So there I am pinballing from store to store across the vast expanse of this mega mall, forced to give my opinion on her clothing choices, which she promptly ignored. I think it was from all the, yeah, that looks great, honey, but I was parched. Only one thing was going to unparch me, a Coke. I would have cried, but I couldn't spare the fluid. So next time I go shopping, it'll be online. Coca-Cola. Make it real.
As an aircraft avionics technician, I repair just about any electronic component on the airplane.
Jared Lampkin earned a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Electronics Engineering Technology in 2003 and an Associate of Applied Science degree in 2002 from the ITT Technical Institute in Birmingham, Alabama.
My bachelor's from ITT Tech is a really well-respected degree. The school has a lot of hands-on teaching, and it's a really nice atmosphere.
At ITT Technical Institute, you can pursue skills that can be used to help you prepare for a new career or create opportunities in your current field. Call 1-800-ITT-TECH. That's 1-800-ITT-TECH, or visit us on the web at www.itt-tech.edu to investigate a campus nearest you. Find a potential new path to your future at ITT Tech.
I want to move higher, get everything I can, like my own plane.
ITT Technical Institute. Education for the future.
Eight-3 Travs in front. Much of that because of the work of Daniel Davidson as he's working now in the 8th. The junior Zamora, who takes a ball away, 1-0. Davidson has now worked 5 innings. He has allowed only the 3 hits that came in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss by Zamora, and it's 1-1. And in fact, Davidson allowed 3 of the first 4 batters that he faced to reach. He has now set down 14 of 15, and the kid is cruising. Here's the 1-1 to Junior. Low and outside 2-1. Junior had a single and a run of the 3rd. Struck out swinging in the 5th. Matt Wilhite continues to warm up in the Traveler bullpen as Davidson works with a 2-1 pitch and misses low with a fastball. 3-1. Finishing out those games in the National League, bottom of the 4th at Coors, 6-5. The Braves lead the Rockies. LaRoche has hit his 4th home run. Here's Davidson's 3-1 pitch. Zamora swings a high fly, left field. Back on it, Morris. Does he have room at the warning track? Reaching up. He's got it, and there's one away. Second ball hit to the track against Davidson, but the ballpark just big enough to hold them. Nationals in Arizona, no score. Bottom of the 2nd, the Pirates and the Giants will be throwing their first pitch. Should have had their first pitch thrown by about now, but they haven't put up a score yet. Top 9 in Boston, the Red Sox beating up on Oakland 13-5, a 7-run 7th inning, doing most of the damage for the Sox. Foul ball out of play by Josh Anderson. He is 0 for 3 today, and his 7-game hitting streak is on the line. Tigers, Texas, no score, top of the 9th. Cleveland and the Angels just underway. Here's Davidson's 0-1. A bouncing ball on the right side and just getting fouled before Elward picks it up. 0-2. Texas League scores. First game of a doubleheader at Tulsa. The Midland Rockhounds win 9-7. So currently the Travs are 2 games out of first place. They win this one, they're a game and a half out. If Tulsa loses the second game, they'll be 1 game away. Slider outside, 1-2 to count to the top of the order. Anderson with 1 away and the base is empty. They've just started that second game, and the Drillers are at bat at the top of the 1st. And I think they have to play that game with Midland as the home team. Pitch, ground ball to Elward, off his glove, in back of him now, and safe at first is Anderson. Ball was hit pretty well, but Elward didn't have to move horizontally for it. He just charged in. It rolled up his glove, and we'll wait for the official scoring call. Springfield over San Antonio 6-5. That game in the top of the 8th inning. And the Frisco Rough Riders trail Wichita 2-1 in the top of the 9th. It has been a hit awarded to Anderson, and I say awarded because I think that should have been an error. Time called. Here comes Tom Gamboa. The Traveler manager has Wilhite ready to go, and he's going to take the ball from Davidson. Strong job by Daniel Davidson. 5 1/3 innings of pretty effective work, scattering 4 hits, 3 runs so far, and he is responsible for the base runner on first. Davidson can only be the winner, not the loser. It's up to the Trav bullpen to hold on to this ball game. We'll give you 60 seconds for a pitching change break. With the score, Arkansas Travelers 8 and Corpus Christi Hooks 3. This is the Arkansas Travelers CSN Radio Network. Now these words from Bank of the Ozarks.
Sure, sweetie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. You're a ball of gas that's very far. 32 light years in the sky. 10 parsecs, which is really high. Helium, carbon, and hydrogen fused to make our starry friend. When it enters supernova stage, it explodes with bursts of rays. And if the star's mass is big and bold, it will become a big black hole. And if the star's mass is big and bold, it will become a big black hole. Thanks, Mom.
By the 6th grade, many girls lose interest in math and science, so it's up to parents to help create a brighter future for them. For some simple ideas, go to girlsgotech.org.
A public service announcement brought to you by Girl Scouts of USA and Ad Council.
It is Matt Wilhite who's been brought on from the right field bullpen. Wilhite replaces Daniel Davidson, who went a strong 5 1/3 innings. Anderson reaches base on what is scored as an infield single. Eric Riggs steps up. He is now switching over to the left side. Wilhite throws over to first just to check. Back in standing up is Anderson. Wilhite delivers the first pitch. It floats on the outside corner for strike one. The numbers on Wilhite are outstanding. Tonight is 12th outing. 1 win, no losses. 0.66 ERA. Throw to first. Safe at first. Wilhite, 5 hits in 13 2/3 innings. Only 2 runs. 1 of them earned. 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. Runner goes. Pitch hit in the air to right field. Not very well hit. Willits right underneath it. He makes the catch, and now sprinting back to first is Josh Anderson on the second out. Well, now 14 innings for Matt Wilhite, and he's been the most effective pitcher for the Arkansas Travelers out of the bullpen. And he barely breaks 84 miles an hour. This is Wilhite's second appearance against Corpus Christi. Counting the out on Riggs, he's tossed 2 scoreless innings against them with a hit and a walk, and that's it. Now the 3-hitter Conrad, also a switch hitter, bats on the left side. He's 0 for 3. Popped out on the first, fly to right on the third, fly to left in the 6th. Travs lead by 5, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Here's the stretch by Wilhite and his pitch to the left-handed batter, a strike. Conrad takes a fastball in the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Tim Bittner went 2 perfect innings. Davidson 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 3 runs earned. The 0-1 down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike to Conrad. Tomorrow it'll be Stephen Shell taking the hill. Joe Saunders pitches Wednesday's ball game as he'll try to rebound from his poor outing against San Antonio on Saturday. Throw to first. Back in, standing up, Anderson. Corpus Christi's crowd has tried to get into this ball game a few times. Traveler pitching has kept them quiet for the most part. 1-1, change, swing and a miss. 1-2. 74 miles an hour on the radar gun reading out in the left field area. Wilhite has the sign. The catcher Napoli sets up inside. Throw to first. Late. Leading from first, Anderson. He was running as Riggs flied out. He stays on the 1-2, and it's downstairs in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Wilhite to Conrad. Through the belt again, Wilhite. The right-hander delivers, and it is stroked foul down the left field line. Pretty well hit by Anderson. Wilhite's pitch a little elevated. Conrad was waiting on it, but waited a little too long. It is 2-2. Travs have lost 4 games in a row, and that first loss was a heartbreaker to San Antonio on Friday night at Wolf Stadium. Travs had a 1-0 lead in the ninth. Had 2 outs and 2 strikes and lost it. Ground ball foul off the dugout at first. Then San Antonio put 2 pretty strong games together, beating the Travs 10-6 and 6-2. Arkansas lost the wrong end of the pitchers' duel yesterday, 3-1 to Corpus Christi. But today the Travs got out ahead early against Jason Hirsh. 7-0 by the time Hirsh was gone. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Conrad swings ground ball to first, down to a knee. Elward picks it up, steps on the base, and the side retired in the 8th. Just a single for the Corpus Christi Hooks. They strand a runner, and we go to the 9th inning. The Arkansas Travelers lead Corpus Christi 8-3, and this is the Travs CSN Radio Network.
It's always given you and your family the best choices and great food. Many of you are now watching those carbs, and although the Pig and Chick menu has always offered great low-carb items, there's now a special low-carb menu featuring items with the same great taste Pig and Chick is famous for. Of course, you'll still find those great Pig and Chick ribs, barbecue sandwiches, catfish, gourmet sandwiches, chicken, steaks, and more. Bring the whole family for a relaxing dinner. In a hurry? Get it to go. Pig and Chick, 7824 Highway 107 in Sherwood. Open 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Are you tired of dealing with peeling, cracking, chipping paint, drafty houses? Then call Royal Windows and Siding right now. They can wrap your home in a blanket of insulation and add the Grand Sierra siding from Alcoa. It's the only siding with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. Call in now for special savings from Royal Windows and Siding. Never paint again. Call about the Grand Sierra siding at 1-800-760-1419. Call Royal now at 1-800-760-1419.
It happens every time you open the door at Moe's Southwest Grill. Mo wants you to feel welcome, so every time you open the door. But that's not the reason people open Moe's door. It's because Mo knows burritos. And because Mo is fanatical about fresh food. You won't even find a freezer there because Mo makes everything from scratch. People open the door because Mo knows salad. And because you get to watch as your meal is made to order right in front of you in just a few minutes. And Mo knows quesadillas. So bring a friend. Bring the whole family. But if you don't mind, when you do come into Moe's Southwest Grill, please only open the door once.
Eight in the books. Travs up 8-3 on Corpus Christi, trying to end this 4-game losing streak. Trav hitters have one chance left to add to the 5-run cushion. The bats have gone quiet over the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings as the last 9 hitters have been sent down in order. Chris Morris leads off the 9th, and a new pitcher comes on for Corpus Christi. Left-hander Philip Barzilla makes his 11th appearance of the year. He's 0-1, 6.23 ERA. Morris slides to the right side now and takes a high fastball. Chris, 2 for 3. Singled on the infield in the 2nd, tripled a run home in the 3rd, and grounded out in the 6th inning, 4-3. Pitch outside from Barzilla, 2-0. So Kevin Hodge goes 2 perfect innings with a couple of strikeouts. And Barzilla, the 3rd reliever and the 4th pitcher of the night for Corpus Christi. 2-0 pitch. And there's a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. There is a pitcher warming up in the Traveler bullpen. It appears to be Vaughn Sturzbach who's getting loose. Pitch hit to the mound, leaping to make the grab Barzilla. He throws to first and retires Morris, 1-3. So that's 10 in a row set down, but 8 runs you would hope would be enough. If Sturzbach comes on for the 9th inning, he will not be placed in a save situation with a 5-run lead. Sturzbach hasn't pitched since that crushing loss on Friday. Actually, it was Thursday that was the crushing loss. First game of the trip. Pitch high to Willits, ball 1. Well, we're already now at that time of the season, folks, where you start to forget what day it is. That's a sure sign that you've played at least 30 games, and this is the 31st. 1-0 to Willits high. Willits head in the count 2-0. Come July, not only will I forget what day it is, I'll forget what month it is. Willits 0 for 3. Twice grounded out, once struck out, and walked in a run in the 2nd. Barzilla misses away, and it's 3-0 with Alberto Callaspo awaiting on deck. 8-3, Travs in front. They're out hitting the hooks 10-4. Here's the kick by Barzilla. The 3-0 right down the middle, 3-1. Here's the left-hander's 3-1 pitch. Misses the outside corner. Ball 4. Now that is the first walk allowed by a Corpus Christi pitcher since the 2nd inning. Kevin Hodge, the starter, who walked a batter and also hit another. All the Trav offense started with Tommy Murphy getting hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. And Napoli went deep. Travs put up 2 more runs in the 2nd. 3 runs in the 3rd. A couple of RBI triples by Murphy and Morris. And Elward, who's gone 3 for 4, knocked in a run in the 5th with a single. Here's Callaspo with a bouncing ball slowly to 3rd. Junior Zamora charges in and retires Callaspo 5-3. Willits takes the opportunity to advance to second base.
Shortstop Erick Aybar.
Here comes Erick Aybar. Aybar tonight 0 for 4. He's the only Trav not to do something positive at the plate, whether a sac fly by Callaspo, who's gone hitless, or the bases loaded walk to Willits, who also has gone hitless. Pitch low to Aybar, ball 1. First inning, Aybar lined out to left. In the 2nd, he grounded out 5-3. 4th inning, ground out 4-3. And an unassisted put out by the first baseman in the 7th. He'll now bat for the first time today from the right side. Barzilla checks at second. Willits has a very big lead. Aybar breaks his bat. A little nubber down the first base line. Quickly off the line is Barzilla. He flips the first and pulls Saccomanno off the base. Safe at first is Erick Aybar. And Saccomanno had to try to catch that ball barehanded. They're going to charge an error on the pitcher. I'm going to be honest. If they're going to charge an error on the pitcher there, they're going to have to take away the base hit last inning by Anderson. But it'll be a cold day in hell when they do that. So an error on the pitcher. A good throw might have got him, but he had to rush his throw. A long run off the mound. And Aybar running as well as he does. So one way or the other, there's runners at the corners for David Gates, who is 1 for 4. Single in the third inning and a run scored. First pitch. He flies it high to center field. Got under it a little bit. Anderson, 10 steps to the gap in left center, makes the catch. And the Travelers are finished in the ninth inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 stranded. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Travs looking to end a 4-game losing streak. Travs 8, Hooks 3. This is the CSN Travelers Radio Network.
Home run with your family tonight. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy foods at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3 a day today? The power of cheese.
Brewery, can I help you?
Hi, I just bought a 6-pack of your beer, and I think there's something missing in it. There's no taste in the beer.
There's no taste?
I was hoping maybe somebody in shipping could send me flavor. Like, I'm not trying, all I want is flavor.
Sure, there's no flavor.
Is there like a flavor distribution center in my neighborhood? I'll pick it up.
No, there's no center.
I'll tell you what, I got some Miller Lights here. That'll do the trick. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a good day.
If you're going to choose on taste, choose the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Come in today for the spicy taste of Sonic's new Cajun chicken sandwich. A tender grilled chicken breast topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, pepper jack cheese, and ranch dressing. Then seasoned with Sonic's savory blackened sauce. It's a little bit of New Orleans flavor served up hot and fast the way only Sonic can do it. But only for a limited time at participating Sonic drive-ins. The new Cajun chicken sandwich. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Von Sturzbach is on to try to finish this game off here in the ninth inning. It is 8-3, the Travs in front. 3 Traveler pitchers have combined to hold the Hooks to 4 base hits through 8 innings. Tim Bittner, 2 scoreless. Davidson, 5 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs. Will Height, 2/3 of an inning, 2 up, 2 down. And now Sturzbach on in the ninth. Carlos Rodriguez leads off. Wind up the first pitch from the right-hander, and it is a fastball for strike 1. Sturzbach at 1-1 with a 4.97 ERA. Came off that heartbreaking loss to the Missions on Thursday, where he had the Missions down to their last strike. 0-1 pitch to Rodriguez, and it's another strike on the outside corner. 0-2. Sturzbach was pitching pretty well. He was throwing in the low 90s, topped out 93, had movement. But San Antonio put a couple of good swings at the right time. 0-2 pitch is high. Ball 1. 1-2. No save situation for Sturzbach. Just trying to get back on track. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Rodriguez. Fouled straight back as Rodriguez finishes his swing down on one knee. Still 1-2. Rest of the numbers on Sturzbach: 12 2/3 innings, 16 hits. He has allowed 13 runs, but 7 of them earned. 2 homers, 7 walks, 11 strikeouts. The windup, the kick, the pitch. Ground ball over the mound. Aybar after it, and he gets to it and back a second. Here's the throw. A little bit offline. Tell you, if he got the throw on the money, he had Rodriguez. Just getting to the ball was a pretty impressive feat. It's an infield single for the cleanup hitter, and now it is Hector Gimenez coming up. So that's the first hit for Corpus Christi. Actually, it's their second hit since the third inning, but I still disagreed with that call that gave Anderson the infield single. That'll bring up Hector Gimenez, who's 0 for 3. Sturzbach now works from the stretch. Gimenez is lined to left, fly to right, and struck out. First pitch on the way, and it misses away. Ball 1. Sturzbach looking at first base to check and see if Elward is going to cover at first. He's now playing behind the runner. The 1-0 pitch is low, and Sturzbach falls behind 2 balls and no strikes. Mike Napoli walks him out to the pitcher's mound. Sturzbach and Napoli, best of friends. Both Southern Floridians. Sturzbach is from Plantation. Napoli from Cooper City. Cooper City just south of Plantation. 2 balls, no strikes. Sturzbach is ready again. Here's the pitch. Ball 3 inside to Gimenez. 3-0. Sturzbach brought on here in a non-pressure situation. It allows a single to Rodriguez and now a 3-0 count to Gimenez. The pitch, and he walks him on 4 straight. Eighth walk for Sturzbach in 12 2/3.
Left fielder Mike Rodriguez.
Here's Mike Rodriguez walking up to home plate. Three at-bats for Rodriguez, no hits. Second inning, grounded to the mound. Fourth inning, Davidson caught him looking. And in the 7th, a ground out to second base. Sturzbach goes from the stretch, checks at second. Here's the first pitch, and it misses just inside ball 1. Time called, and Keith Comstock appears in the dugout. He jogs to the mound. Sturzbach is definitely an adventurous reliever. He's one of those closers that seems to have the winning run come up against him quite a bit. Very rarely, at least this season, has he had an easy appearance. Sort of like Jose Mesa, the closer for the Pirates, who gets the job done, but not without putting a little flutter in your heart. A long talk for Comstock out on the pitcher's mound with Sturcy. Cooney heads out there and breaks up the meeting. Napoli jogs back behind the dish. Runners at first and second base. There's nobody out on the bottom of the 9th. The Traps still have a 5-run lead. Pretty comfortable advantage. Sturzbach from the stretch. Here's the 1-0 to Rodriguez. And it's ball 2. It misses low. 2-0 the count. Sturzbach has missed with 6 consecutive pitches. Here's the 2-0. Foul back. Big cut by Rodriguez. Looked like it would have been a strike. 2-1. The Traveler lead has really never been tested today. Even when Corpus Christi put up 3 runs in the 3rd inning, they still trailed by 4 and never even had the tying run on deck. Here's the 2-1 to Rodriguez. Strike 2. A fastball at the knees, and Sturzbach gets that important second strike. Two count, nobody out. Bottom 9. Sturzbach settles into the belt. Here's the pitch. Low. It's a full count now. Three balls, 2 strikes he deals, and a foul ball hit in the air over the third base seats. An infield single and a walk. putting the runners on base, and now Sturzbach working with a full count to the 6-hitter Rodriguez. On deck is Dax Norris. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It is popped out of play. A fastball on the left-handed hitter's hands. Not a bad pitch. Still, however, 3-2. A full count on Mike Rodriguez. Sturzbach digging some clay out of his cleats. He now toes the rubber on the third base side. He reads the signs from Napoli. Hands together at the belt. The payoff. It is hit in the air. Shallow right center field. Should be an out. Willits streaking in. He sees it. He's got it. And there's one away. There's actually a ball that the center fielder usually makes the catch on, but Tommy Murphy lost track of the baseball, forcing Willits to come all the way in from right field to bring it in. Pinch hitter called up now. And Alex Eckelman will pinch hit for Dax Norris. Eckelman hitting .263 with a home run and 3 RBIs. He is right-handed. Norris finishes the game 1 for 3 with a home run. First pitch to Eckelman. A slider just misses low and away. Good-looking pitch, ball 1. Eckelman batted 9th yesterday for Corpus Christi. The only Hooks batter not to get 4 plate appearances. He went 0 for 3, striking out twice. Infield at double play depth. That would end the game. And the pitch chopped towards the hole at shortstop. Making the play, Aybar. He tags the runner for the out. The new third baseman in is Ryan Leahy, and that was never announced. Leahy and Aybar almost collided in the hole at shortstop. And, I mean, without that runner, Rodriguez cutting right in front of them, he wouldn't have had the out at first. So instead of throwing to first base, Aybar tags out the lead runner, 6 unassisted. Eckelman on the fielder's choice at first, and Gimenez gets to second. The Hooks are down to their last hitter. 2 outs. It is Saccomanno, and takes just low, ball 1. Travs 8, the Hooks 3. Last of the ninth, 2 away. The 1-0 pitch. And fouled off by Saccomanno on first base side. 1-1. Sturzbach with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider. Strike 2. One more strike and this losing streak is put to bed. Sturzbach ready. The 1-2 pitch outside. Two count on the 8-hitter Saccomanno. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He also flied out to the track in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the game over. On the slider, Sturzbach strikes Saccomanno out, and the Travs win it by the final score of 8-3. A big first 3 innings as they put up 4 in the second and 3 in the third, and they win in Corpus Christi for the first time. 8-3 the final score, and you can put it in the books. The winning pitcher is Davidson. Hirsh takes the loss. Big hitter for the Travs, Mike Elward, 3 for 4. Tommy Murphy, 2 for 3 with a couple runs scored, and Mike Napoli hits his second home run of the season. Travs empty out to celebrate with high fives and butt slaps at second base. We will have the totals coming up next on the CSN Travs Radio Network.
The third base coach. He doesn't get much attention. You've never heard of a third base coach groupie, have you? But he's vital to the success of the team. His experience and knowledge of the game can mean the difference between scoring a run or getting thrown out at the plate. Allstate agents play a similar role to the third base coach, although they have experience with much more than just home. They can help with auto insurance, life insurance, and your retirement needs as well. And they'll do it without using any crazy signals. They'll help you understand the coverage options available so you can find the one that's right for you. You deserve a team with big league experience. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
To get a team with big league experience, just visit your local Allstate agent, call 1-800-ALLSTATE, or click on allstate.com. Insurance subject to availability and qualifications. Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Was easy, but others have done it, and you can too, with help from the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the help you need to kick the tobacco habit. It's free, and it's free of nagging and preaching too. So call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and get the help you need. What have you got to lose, besides the most dangerous habit you've ever had? 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call now.
Travs end a 4-game losing streak, defeating Corpus Christi tonight at the Big Burger. 8-3 the final score. Here are the unofficial totals. For the Travelers, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and 5 stranded. For the Hooks, 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 5 stranded. The winning pitcher is Daniel Davidson. His record is 4-1. The losing pitcher is Justin Hirsh. He falls to 4-2. Both of his losses have come versus Arkansas. 2 homers hit in the ball game. Trav catcher Mike Napoli hits his second home run, and Corpus Christi catcher Dax Norris hits his 5th home run. Trav's win makes it 18-13 on the season and 5-10 away from Arkansas. Corpus Christi falls to 12-19, and they're 7-8 at Whataburger Field. Coming up next, the Allstate Insurance postgame report. But first, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification from Whataburger Field in Corpus Christi, Texas. This is CSN, the Creative Sports Radio Network, your home for Arkansas Traveler Baseball. We have got the highlights and the recap coming up. This is Arkansas Traveler Baseball on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
Arkansas Traveler Baseball on the CSN Radio Network was brought to you by the ITT Technical Institute online at itt-tech.edu. By Coca-Cola, make it real. By Miller Lite, prevent taste loss with Miller Lite. And by Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate. And by the Sonic Drive-In. Arkansas Traveler Baseball has been brought to you statewide on the Creative Sports Radio Network by Bale Honda. See the new Honda cars and trucks today. By the U.S. Air Force, crossing to the blue. The Bank of the Ozarks with several locations to serve you. And by the Canadian Tax Advisory Group. Arkansas Traveler Baseball has been a presentation of CSN, the Creative Sports Radio Network. Stay tuned next for the Traveler Postgame Show, right here on CSN, the Creative Sports Radio Network.
Think fast.
Now breathe.
Think slow.
And stretch.
Think round. Think square. There's plenty to think about in the newest research now coming out. It shows that regular exercise and a diet low in saturated fats and rich in antioxidants are not only good for your heart, they might even help to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. So the Alzheimer's Association encourages you to think small, as in blueberries and other dark-skinned fruits. Think big, as in a long, brisk walk and a big bowl of dark green leafy veggies. And think about your future by visiting the Alzheimer's Association today at alz.org for more ways to maintain your brain. alz.org. Thinking ahead today might make all the difference tomorrow.
Tornadoes have been reported in several neighboring states.
Small business owner Jonathan Harlan of Jackson, Tennessee.
Living in Tornado Alley, you kind of get used to dealing with them. You just pray one doesn't hit your area. Late Sunday night, just before midnight, an F4 Twister touched down in Jackson, leveling our downtown. There was was nothing left of our building, just piles of bricks and concrete. We lost everything. Fortunately, backup systems were in place. Employees knew what to do and worked from other locations. Because we were prepared, our clients never knew the difference.
Whether it's a natural disaster or a terrorist attack, every business needs an emergency plan. A plan can save lives, company assets, and your entire business at little or no cost to your company. You can't control what happens, but you can be prepared. Visit www.ready.gov today. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Ad Council.
The Allstate Insurance Arkansas Traveler Postgame Show is brought to you by Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Welcome back to Whataburger Field as the Arkansas Travelers have finished off Corpus Christi with an 8-3 victory, ending a 4-game losing streak. Phil Elson with you for the Allstate Insurance postgame report. As we wrap up the broadcast, we get to our recap, and everything started for the Travs in the second inning. Had a little bit of a lineup shuffle today as Mike Napoli was shifted from the cleanup spot to the 6-hole, and it paid off immediately after Jason Hirsh hit Tommy Murphy with a pitch. Napoli came up. He had a 2-0 count. Napoli's average down to 244 with the 1 homer and the 13 RBIs. He's got a chance for an RBI here. 2-0 pitch. He hits it deep in the air to left field. That is a towering blast, and it's a 2-run homer. Mike Napoli takes a fastball at 91 miles an hour at his chin. Somehow he turns on it and blasts it over the left field fence. 2-0 Travs. Welcome to the 6th spot, Mike Napoli. You look pretty comfortable there. Travs would continue to rally in that second inning. They put up a couple of more runs. Greg Porter singled and later scored on a walk by Reggie Willits with the bases loaded. Mike Elward also singled and scored on a sac fly by Alberto Callaspo. Then in the third inning, the Travs continued to put some runs on the board against Jason Hirsh. Gates led off with a single, bringing Murphy to the plate. Line drive, base it over first. That one might go all the way to the fence. Around second is Gates. He's going to be waved around third now. Murphy trying for 3. Gates scoring, standing up as they overthrow the cutoff man. It's an RBI triple for Tommy Murphy, and it's 5-0 Arkansas. Travs would score a couple more runs in that third inning. Chris Morris had an RBI triple, and Greg Porter's sacrifice fly would knock in Murphy. By that time, the pitching coach of the Hooks had already been ejected. Joe Slusarski thrown out of the ball game by plate umpire Brandon Cooney for arguing balls and strikes from third base. So it was a 7-0 lead for the Travs after the top of the third. Daniel Davidson came out to pitch in the bottom of the third inning, replacing Tim Bittner, who went 2 perfect frames in his first start in a week. But Davidson's first batter, Dax Norris, hit a home run to left field, made it 7-1 Travs. Then a 4-pitch walk to Saccomanno and a base hit by Junior Zamora had runners at first and second, and they both scored when Eric Riggs doubled to the left field corner. It looked like Davidson was on the hook as the bullpen started to work. However, Davidson would then go on to retire 14 of 15 batters and ends up with a very, very impressive performance, going 5 1/3 innings, scattering 4 hits and allowing the 3 runs. Travs scored the final run of the game in the 5th. Murphy beat out an infield single, stole second, and scored on a base hit by Elward to center field. That capped all the scoring as the Travs go on for the 8-3 victory over Corpus Christi. We'll have a look around the Texas League to see if this win puts the Travs any closer to first base on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. But first, this is the Arkansas Travelers CSN Baseball Network.
The third base coach. He doesn't get much attention. You've never heard of a third base coach groupie, have you? But he's vital to the success of the team. His experience and knowledge of the game can mean the difference between scoring a run or getting thrown out at the plate. Allstate agents play a similar role to the third base coach, although they have experience with much more than just home. They can help with auto insurance, life insurance, and your retirement needs as well. And they'll do it without using any crazy signals. They'll help you understand the coverage options available so you can find the one that's right for you. You deserve a team with big league experience. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
To get a team with big league experience, just visit your local Allstate agent, call 1-800-ALLSTATE, or click on Allstate.com. Insurance subject to availability and qualifications. Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Brewery, can I help you?
Hi, I just bought a six-pack of your beer, and I think there's something missing in it. There's no taste in the beer.
There's no taste.
I was hoping maybe somebody in shipping could send me flavor. Like, I'm not trying. All I want is flavor.
Sure, there's no
Is there like a flavor distribution center in my neighborhood? I'll pick it up.
No, there's no center.
I'll tell you what. I got some Miller Lights here. That'll do the trick. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a good day.
If you're going to choose on taste, choose the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
8-3 final score here in Corpus Christi as the Travs break a 4-game losing streak overall. They had lost their previous 5 road games before picking up the win today, getting ahead 7-0. They were able to hold on for the 5-run victory. Checking around the Texas League right now on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. There is a final score out of Wichita as the Wranglers defeat the Frisco Rough Riders by a 2-1 final, and that puts the Wranglers with their 3rd consecutive win. Frisco falls for the 5th consecutive ball game. Brian Bass, the winning pitcher, is 3-1. Nick Massett, the losing pitcher, is 0-4. Barry Armitage pitched for his 3rd save of the year. So the Wranglers at 13-18, still in last in the Texas League East. While the Frisco Rough Riders, who started the day 9.5 out, have fallen to 10-21. Final score in the first game of a doubleheader at Tulsa, 9-7. Midland defeats the Drillers. And the Drillers blew a 7-0 lead after the first 2 innings as Midland scores the last 9 runs unanswered, and they go on for the 9-7 win. Evan Farner got the win. He's 4-0. Chris Young, the loser in relief, is 1-1. Jairo Garcia saved his 6th. Midland got a pair of home runs hit by Jason Perry, his 5th and his 6th. Jason Nix hit his first home run for the Drillers. We have no score yet coming out of the second game at Tulsa. That game should be well in progress by now, but we have no report on it. 7-5, Springfield has defeated San Antonio this evening at Wolf Municipal Stadium. It was a 5-run 4th, doing most of the damage for Springfield. Josh Axelson got the win. He's 1-0. Losing pitcher is John Huber. He's 1-2. Josh Kinney saves his league-leading 9th of the season home run for San Antonio. Nate Espy his 4th. For Springfield, Kevin Estrada hit his 1st. So the Cardinals win their 14th against 17 losses, while San Antonio ends their 4-game winning streak. They fall to 17-14. The Major League Scoreboard comes up next, but first these words on CSN from Settle Office Products.
When it comes to a full line of office products, the name is Settle Office Products, 4412 MacArthur Drive in North Little Rock. They've been in business on MacArthur Drive for 23 years. They give free delivery anywhere in Central Arkansas. They have office furniture, office supplies, scratch and dent furniture, and they're family owned and operated. Give them a call today at 758-1050 or see them on the website at www.settleofficepro.com.
Dreams makes the best reality. And the reality is that the Honda Ridgeline is here at Bale Honda, 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. It's tough as nails and rugged from top to bottom. The all-new 2006 Honda Ridgeline features a rigid closed-box frame with unit body construction and fully independent suspension for confident handling. The Honda Ridgeline with full features. Come see it today and drive it away tonight at Bale Honda, 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. Bale Honda, making your life's drive a little bit smoother. Do you feel like you pay too much in taxes? If you're 55 or older, let the professionals at Canadian Tax Advisory Group show you how you can possibly reduce or eliminate your taxes. Ask about our complimentary tax analysis service. Call today for an appointment at 1-800-550-1759. That's 1-800-550-1759. Our office is located at 102 Country Club Parkway, Suite B in Maumelle. The Canadian Tax Advisory Group, where we can help you save on your taxes.
you're a fan of sports in Arkansas, then this summer CSN is the place to be, as we'll bring you Arkansas Travelers baseball, Arkansas Twisters football, and Arkansas Archangels basketball. In May, it's the high school baseball and softball tournaments and state championship games. In June, it's the high school all-star games. And in July and August, we'll bring you the American Legion state tournaments and championship games. Sports action all summer long right here on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
Checking around the major leagues right now on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Plenty of finals to run through, including the Houston Astros victory at Florida today. It was a 2-1 final score, an outstanding pitching matchup between Roger Clemens and A.J. Burnett. Clemens picks up his second win and his 330th of his astronomical career. Burnett took the loss, though he struck out 9 in 7 innings. A.J. falls to 3-3. Brad Lidge saved his 6th. Philadelphia defeats Milwaukee 4-2. 3 home runs, actually 4 solo home runs for Philadelphia. Bobby Abreu, Jason Michaels, and Chase Utley hit 2 of them. For Milwaukee, Carlos Lee homered. He is 6th of the season. Wolf the winner, 2-4. Santos falls to 1-2. Billy Wagner saves his 8th of the season. Now to the American League final scores. It was the Yankees winning their 3rd straight, 4-3 over the Mariners. The big unit goes to 3-2. Mariano Rivera saves his 4th. Adrian Beltre homered for the Mariners. Tino Martinez hit his 7th for the Yankees. Baltimore shuts out Minnesota 3-0 on 3 hits. Daniel Cabrera got the win. He's 2-2. B.J. Ryan saves his 8th. Miguel Tejada hits his 10th home run of the year. The Boston Red Sox had 2 big rallies in a 13-5 win over Oakland. Boston puts up 5 runs in the 4th. They score 7 runs in the 7th. Tim Wakefield got the win. He's 4-1. Meanwhile, Danny Herron took the loss, falls to 1-5. Manny Ramirez was hit by a pitch in that ball game. Trot Nixon hit his 4th home run. Kevin Millar hit his 1st. Toronto Blue Jays defeat Kansas City 6-1. Josh Towers, a strong performance. 8 strong innings. He's 4-1. Renelvis Hernandez, the loser, is 1-5. Tampa Bay defeats Chicago, ending the White Sox 8-game winning streak, 4-2. Devil Rays win it. Carter got the win, 1-0. Freddie Garcia, the loser, 3-2. Dennis Baez saved his 3rd. Tigers, with 2 runs in the top of the 9th, defeat the Texas Rangers 2-0. Nate Robertson gets his 1st win of the year. He's 1-2. Coco Cordero, the loser, 0-1. Eugenio Urbina saves his 2nd for the Tigers. In progress currently at Anaheim. Cleveland over the Angels 3-0. 2 homers off of John Lackey, Ronnie Belliard, and Coco Crisp. Now to the National League in progress. Cincinnati had a 4-run lead evaporate in the 9th inning as the Padres put up 4 runs against that beleaguered Reds bullpen, and currently San Diego leads it in the top of the 13th, 6-5. Top of the 6th at Wrigley, it's 4-0 the Mets over the Cubs. Mike Piazza and Kaz Matsui have hit home runs. And the St. Louis Cardinals, on the strength of 2 home runs by Albert Pujols, are leading the Dodgers 4-2, top of the 9th inning at Busch. Top 8 at Coors. The Rockies lead Atlanta 7-6. Adam LaRoche is homered for the Braves. Top of the 6th at Arizona, 1-0. Nationals over the Diamondbacks. The Pittsburgh Pirates trail San Francisco 2-1. That game in the bottom of the 4th. Final score here today at Whataburger Field, 8-3. The Travs over the Corpus Christi Hooks. We'll name our BC Powder Player of the Game after these words on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
For over 30 years, Jim Elder set the standard for broadcasting Trav baseball. Even though he passed away in 1998, Jim Elder will always be the true voice of the Arkansas Travelers.
Marvin Webb, one of the utility men, is coaching at first base. Rogers, the manager, at third. The pitch. There's a drive to left field. Hit pretty good. Lentine going back. He looks up. That ball is over the fence. A home run.
In his memory, the Jim Elder Good Sports Fund was started to have kids learn important life values through sports. For the 5th year in a row, the fund will present 3 Sunday afternoon kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers at Ray Winder Field. All kids 18 and under are welcome to take instruction from the Trav players and coaches. The first clinic will be on Sunday, May the 15th at 12:45, just before the Travs play Tulsa. For more information, go to www.jimelder.org.
Hey fans, Bill Valentine here with a question. When was the last time you saw the Trav turn a triple play? That's right, I can't remember either. So this year we're going to celebrate if the Travs manage to turn that trick. $100,000 to one fan if the Travelers complete a triple play during the 6th inning of a home game. You got to be 18 to enter with a valid driver's license, and you must be present to win. It's the Travelers' $100,000 triple play giveaway all season long here at Ray Winder Field.
It's time for a reintroduction to one of your close friends. A friend who supported you through many a spring or summer night over the years, and you never have to go searching for him. He's always in the same spot along the third base line. Baseball fans, reintroducing the Ray Winder Field Bleachers. The Bleachers are the place to gather with your other friends to catch exciting Arkansas Travelers baseball. And at just $6 a ticket, there's no place friendlier. Call the Travs at 664-1555 or visit Travs.com.
Outstanding effort today by a few of the Arkansas Travelers, a couple of them at the plate. Mike Elward went 3 for 4, leading the Travs' 10-hit attack. He scored a couple of runs and knocked in one. Also, Mike Napoli with his second home run of the season. It broke a bit of a slump for him. Came as he was put down in the order from 4th to 6th and turned on a high fastball, drove it over the left field fence, putting the Travs ahead 2-0. Also, Tommy Murphy going 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored, a triple, and an RBI. Also on the pitcher's mound, Daniel Davidson, while his line isn't spectacular, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings. Davidson pitched pretty well. He retired 15 of 16 at one point, goes to 4-1. Today's BC Powder player of the game is going to be Travelers center fielder Tommy Murphy, as he scores 3 runs, scored the first run of the game for the Travs, gets on base 3 times, and propels the Traveler offense to a big 8-3 win over the Corpus Christi Hooks. Tommy Murphy, today's BC Powder player of the game. BC Powder is the official pain reliever of the Arkansas Travelers. BC goes into your system fast, and BC goes to work fast. For headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. We wrap up the Travs' 8-3 win over Corpus Christi after this on the CSN Travelers Radio Network.
Ed and I sell soft drinks at ball games, and he first told me about BC Powder.
We carry big trays of drinks up and down the stadium steps. Man, it's a killer.
And with a backache, that tray feels heavier and heavier.
And the stairs are tough on your knees.
One night I was dragging, and the game wasn't half over.
I told Brian he needed a BC to stop the pain fast, because it goes to work quick.
BC stopped the pain, got me right back to work.
BC goes down easy with a soft drink, but don't tell the boss, okay?
BC, pain relief at the speed of powder. Use as directed.
I never wanted a Coke so bad in my life. Like the time I went in a shop till you drop a ton with my girlfriend. So there I am pinballing from store to store across the vast expanse of this mega mall, forced to give my opinion on her clothing choices, which she promptly ignored. I think it was from all the, yeah, that looks great, honey, but I was parched. And one thing was going to unparch me. A Coke. I would have cried, but I couldn't spare the fluid. So next time I go shopping, it'll be online. Coca-Cola. Make it real.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Come in today for the spicy taste of Sonic's new Cajun chicken sandwich. A tender grilled chicken breast topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, pepper jack cheese, and ranch dressing. Then seasoned with Sonic's savory blackened sauce. It's a little bit of New Orleans flavor served up hot and fast the way only Sonic can do it. But only for a limited time at participating Sonic drive-ins. The new Cajun chicken sandwich. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
In the following, you and the family are sitting at Ray Winder Field, top of the 6th inning. Tulsa has 2 on, nobody out. A line drive to the shortstop, diving catch, tags the runner, throws to second. Hey, it's an amazing triple play. You just won $100,000. That's right. If the Travelers turn a triple play in the 6th inning of a home game this year, one fan wins $100,000 grand. Travs triple play contest all season long. 18 and older with a valid driver's license must be present to win.
Perhaps the Travs are back on track after an 8-3 victory over Corpus Christi today. The offense wasted no time in getting ahead early, scoring 7 runs on 7 hits before Corpus Christi even had their first base hit of the ball game. Travs defeat Jason Hirsh for the second time this season, while Daniel Davidson earns the win, coming on in relief of Tim Bittner. And good to see Bittner going 2 very strong innings. He looked pretty good, and hopefully Tim is able to make his next scheduled start and throw his customary 85 to 90 pitches. Here are the official totals tonight from Whataburger Field. The Arkansas Travelers score 8 runs on 10 hits. They do not commit an error. They strand 5. Corpus Christi scores 3 runs on 5 hits with 1 error, and the Hooks strand 5 as well. The winning pitcher is Davidson. He is 4-1. The losing pitcher is Hirsh. He's 4-2. Time of game was 2 hours and 50 minutes. The paid attendance, 7,013. With the win, Arkansas breaks a 4-game losing streak overall, and they'd lost 5 in a row on the road. But now with the win, they're 18-13, and within 2 games of the first-place Tulsa Driller. Right now, they're actually a game and a half out. If the Drillers lose that second game against Midland, the Travs will get into tomorrow's action just in back of Tulsa by 1 game. Meanwhile, Corpus Christi falls to 12-19. Game 3 of the series tomorrow night at Whataburger Field. The Travs have right-hander Steve Shell taking the hill. He pitched pretty well in his last few starts. Shell's record is 1-2 with a 4.01 ERA. And Corpus Christi will counter with lefty Mark McLemore. It'll be his 7th start. McLemore's record is 2-2. His earned run average is 2.89. First pitch tomorrow will be thrown at 7:05. We'll have the ITT Tech pregame show at 6:40 right here on your home for Arkansas Traveler Baseball, the Creative Sports Radio Network. Big thanks to our affiliate today, flagship station in Conway, Little Rock, 92.7 FM, KASR. Total Sports 1380 in North Little Rock. Pine Bluffs 101.3 FM, KPBQ. 1490 AM also in Pine Bluff, KOTN. And in Fordyce, 1570 AM, KBJT. Also a thank you to our 2 studio engineers today, Josh Harrison and the CSN executive producer, Mike Harrison, as well, back at CSN Center Control. From Whataburger Field in Corpus Christi, Texas, this is Phil Elson saying so long and thank you for tuning in. Once again, the final score, the Arkansas Travelers 8, the Corpus Christi Hooks 3. Folks, we'll be talking baseball again tomorrow night.
The Arkansas Traveler postgame show was brought to you by Allstate Insurance. See your nearest Allstate Insurance agent anywhere in Arkansas today. And remember, you're in good hands with Allstate. Arkansas Traveler Baseball has been a presentation of CSN, the Creative Sports Radio Network.